Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive. This is your All-Terrain Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd, alongside co-host Kelly Boyd. Man, I had something for that, and
wow,
I brain farted there. But what is going on, everybody? It is a Monday. You know what that means. It means this is Bronco Talk Live, exclusively here on YouTube. And what is going on, everybody? I'm pretty excited, man. I'm a little refreshed. I could use a little sleep. I'm not gonna lie.
I slept in this morning,
and we didn't party hard, like
no,
at all.
I actually felt guilty for as much as I partied, and it wasn't that much at all.
wait, you felt guilty because you didn't party?
No, I felt guilty because I partied.
Oh,
the most out of the two of us.
Oh well, what I mean, having a couple drinks, I don't think is a party.
No, but when you're the only one partaking in some meals, having a drink, you kind of feel a little guilty.
No, I just wasn't like. We discussed it. Like me and vacations is very here. Scoot over just a little bit.
We did. We had a real life marriage talk.
We did
on our trip
because I'm not a vacation guy by any means, and Kelly loves vacations. Like it's one of those weird things we just don't. Not that we don't mesh well.
Wow.
It's one of those weird things that for whatever reason, the way the cosmos works, like me and you are like this on everything except time off. Like you need time off and I could just go. And now I won't say it wasn't like it wasn't needed. Like I do need to like decompress every once in a while.
Yeah, you do.
Even though I still worked. We did the video that I don't know if you, not you. Nurse AJ over there. I know she saw it. But I did a small video on miles per gallon on the Bronco. And you know, we toyed around with the top video again. Which we still don't have enough footage on. I got to like a minute and a half of footage on that. And I was like.
I sent you a video of me driving it.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You see how much he pays attention to what I put together from a content perspective? Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Well, till you get into the Google Drives, you know.
I already get into the Google Drives. Thank you very much. I have direct access, remember?
Well,
I'm kind of a big deal now.
So look at all these members, man. I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined on.
We've got to come up with some content for these members.
Well, I've got content. It's just, you know, it's OnlyFans content. And,
wow, I didn't realize we were OnlyFansing it.
Well, first off, you guys know the drill. Tonight, I'm working on the single barrel jack tonight. This was a pricey little bottle, but I liked it. And Kelly, she's trying to top off her golden goose over there.
Good old golden goose from Honest. Thank you.
That's right.
Finishing it up. Probably about 2 shots in there maybe. And I also have margarita from... They only let us take 2 or take 1. So I'm sharing it with you. Jeez.
Wow. Cigar Texan got his airbag finally ordered,
Yay.
Man. How many thousands and thousands of Broncos have surpassed you, sir? And you basically had your Bronco since, what, October? And you couldn't take delivery of it because of this silly airbag. I mean, come on, risk it, bro. I mean, you know, a little shrapnel in the face. It's folded wrong. In that, come on, Ford, let him have his Bronco. He seems like what?
Just
wow. Anyways, congratulations, Cigar. I mean, hopefully, like soon. I don't know how it's just now been ordered, like. As long as you've had to wait on that. That is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, that is crazy.
First off, I have to ask everybody, did y'all watch the video today about the fuel economy? I do want to get into that first off, and then we want to discuss some things about the trip from the Bronco perspective. And but first, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
Before we do, though, let's start at the top of the comments real quick.
Yeah, Kelly's going to... We'll be here for 4 hours just trying to
We're
get
not going to be here for 4 hours. I see Nurse AJ's in with some wine with us. Welcome to the drinking club.
And remember, you do not have to drink to participate in these chats. This is our way of decompressing for the day.
Yes.
And it's not like I've got a bottle, you know, that I've been hitting on over here inside, you know, waiting for this to happen. This is my decompression, and it's with my friends.
And thank you about my shirt. I actually got this at buc-ees in May. And it's totally true. Like, I sing this song all the time as it is. So it was just fitting where it says mom on it. I also was wearing my chaos coordinator shirt while we were in Florida. And I actually had a dad on the beach say that his wife needs that shirt as I was walking by.
There you go.
I got stopped walking on the beach. And he was like, mom life, right? I was like, yeah, mom life.
We got Airplane Mike in the house. Devin is in the house. We've got Michael in the house. Who else we got going on in there? That's where they've been chatting with
Nurse
themselves.
AJ.
Nurse AJ's in the house. And
I see they're just having a
overlanding
conversation.
for fun. Tim is in the house, and he's one sub short of his 100. So if
Is
somebody
he still just one?
just one sub short. So if anybody has not subscribed to Tim's channel, help a brother out there and give him that one so he can secure that overlanding for fun name. That's all he's trying to do. He's not hitting 1,000 like getting monetized or anything. He's just trying to secure his name. So
Michael Rivas says, Dave, who's your favorite comedian?
and as you will see in the chat, Kelly.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I did talk about that, but I don't. It's hard. Comedians are like who's your favorite musicians? I like different for different times of day. My different
Sometimes he's a
moods.
Dave Chappelle guy.
Yeah. Oh, I do love Chappelle quite a bit.
You just like because he's outspoken.
Well, maybe like this.
Airplane
channel.
Mike says, as long as I pick on you, it's all good.
What? Wait, I'm gonna have to get Danny back in the show, man.
Wow.
Danny picked up on me like 2,500 miles away. This
I can go back down and go watch Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce again. Do you want me to continue to watch that?
No, I think you sometimes are requested in this chat. But so let's Kelly, let's kind of get into the miles per gallon video, and if you'll scroll on down there so we can see if they've.
So I guess we'll
actually
come
been
back
talking about it, and you have your chat over there. You can.
Yeah, but I don't have a mouse for over there.
Well, hold on just a second.
I'm showing it. Hold on. Okay.
Can I see this just a second? There we go.
Ooh, somebody got 200,000 points, but I missed it because you scrolled all the way away.
Oh, let's see. Jeez.
Mile 3 Garage just finally got our 200,000 points. Jacked.
Nice. You know, which guys, you guys have had that for a couple months. We have yet to see that, and there's so much
back and forth about that.
Like I don't know. I used to know what to believe, and Ford has put so much BS out on top of their own BS about this, and I'm just like, I kind of like, if we get it, cool. If not, it's not the.
Yeah, and then there's the frugal in me where I'm like,
yeah,
you said give me my points.
Yeah, and so he got 100 now in Peugeot. Congratulations!
Nice, yay!
For Tim breaking that 100 mark, we're gonna have him on the show in the next couple of weeks. So there you go, Tim.
Probably be January.
Power of the people. But yeah, so the miles per gallon, we went into this video kind of at the wrong time to do a miles per gallon, only from the fact that it was a windstorm here in Middle Tennessee when we left.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it was honestly, I think I said it was like 14-mile-an-hour gusts in the video, but I think it was even stronger than that when we started getting closer to Alabama.
So
it was pretty freaking ridiculous. Now, while I did find it interesting that we was 16.5, I think is what we averaged going down.
Mm-hmm.
And coming back, we averaged a lot worse. It was pretty bad. Overall, I think it was like 16.33, and the trip computer said 16.2, which surprised me.
Yeah.
Usually the trip computers always seem like they're like, oh, you did 20 miles per, and then you do the math and you're like, this is 16. What are you talking about?
But if you remember, we also found that with the Jeep too. The Jeep, it was a little off too. It was a little weird.
No, but what I'm saying is usually they're a lot worse. Like the difference is pretty drastic. So I was quite surprised that the Ford, it was a tenth or so off. Like,
yeah,
I'll take
close.
that. And I honestly, I say in the video, I was hammered down. Like
he wasn't going fast enough for my liking, to be honest with you.
I probably was 77 miles an hour
in a
or
70-mile-an-hour zone.
And what was funny is you can tell a pandemic's kicked in, or that people drive like there's no cops anymore, because they were making me at 77 look like I was doing 35.
Looked like he was the granny in the right-hand lane.
Right.
And he was the granny in the right-hand lane.
Well, I'm still trying to take it a little easy on this. We were under 1,000 miles when we started this trip, and somebody commented about the 2.7's kind of dropping valves and having issues. well, I don't think I'll get into that in just a second, but I'll just get into it because it's fresh on my mind.
Yeah, 'cause you'll forget.
You're hearing from people who have dropped valves that are having motor problems. You don't hear of the thousands and thousands of people that are driving their Broncos with no issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually negative is louder than the positive, unfortunately. Now, while I'm not saying it's not a problem, and everything that I know Peugeot's been doing some stuff on Bronco 6G trying to track down, you know, kind of the dates of when they're happening, because everybody was saying early on it was an early April build, motor build stuff that they thought that's when it was happening. But I think there's been some past that.
So they are pinpointing it to be a little wider than they thought.
And it all seems to be around the 2,000 to 2,500 mile mark. Which,
oh,
yeah, which for
that's
us,
scary.
Yeah, we're just creeping up right at 2,000 miles on this thing.
Yeah, I think it was 1976 when I pulled in the driveway this morning.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, trust me, it's been on my mind that, hey, come on, man. I mean, luckily we have another vehicle. It's not like the Jeep wouldn't do daily duties again.
Right.
But it was on my mind of like, shit, we're getting kind of close to...
1978 now.
Okay, nice. Which we got an update. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that update, and honestly, I'm a little annoyed that we keep getting updates all the time.
Wow.
But you know me, I'm not an app update all the time kind of a girl. Like, I don't update my apps all the time. I don't like to be pushed.
Nathan Cross has became a member. Thank you. But I like the update. I mean, I like them pushing the updates because, I mean, now you know when they're doing things.
That's true. You don't have to ask for it.
It's not like you got to go to the dealership. They got to flash the computer, and it's, you know, there's half of your day plus, you know, then you're looking at vehicles that you want to buy. So, you know, now it's Ford saying, hey, you know, stay away from the dealers. We got you. We got your back on this.
And I'm sure part of that is pandemic response.
Overlanding for Fun says there is a guy in Indy that dropped a valve. Yeah, I think I read that. Anna says drive it like you stole it. I'm getting into like a little more spirited driving with it now. Now that especially that we hit 1,000, I'm like, okay, I feel like because
you did take off a little bit.
Well,
yesterday.
I think the long trip helps break in a motor. Like it brings it to temperature. It has to stay to temperature.
Consistent for temperature.
Yeah,
for a while.
and so in my opinion, that kind of like okay. That's what I want to see. I want it to get the rings and everything to seed and just I don't know. I don't think these motors really need break-ins anymore.
Not like they used to.
You know, they're so finely built that I think they're good to go from get-go. And you know, like even oil changes. I know a lot of people are doing oil changes at like 1,500 miles. And if I remember right, quote me guys if I'm wrong, but I think Ford's like 5 or 6K for the first oil change.
They were actually just talking about it.
Oh,
they were asking what the recommended turnaround time is on.
Yeah, I think it's 6K is what Ford is saying now. But I'm a 5. I'll change my oil every 5,000. Usually kind of where I'm at.
And I grew up in the world of 7,000. So
and when you grew up, technically it was 3,000.
So
so frugal parents over there is like, I'll push this. Well, it's a lease. It's a lease is what they're thinking. Screw it.
I don't even remember. Like I knew it was a thing.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them taking it to get oil changes and stuff. Like I don't remember them.
Because your parents don't seem like your dad wasn't changing his own oil.
He would.
I'm not saying he wouldn't, but
he would. But
he's got
if he could get it for $19.99, which so I remember probably one or two times in my life of going to the oil change place. Okay. So I knew that it was a thing. But actually, quick funny story on that. When I worked in the music business, the guy I worked for, he actually drove a Jag, like an older Jag too. What year was his Jag? Probably, do you think?
Tell you.
In 2006. It was probably a 90, 95, something like that. So it's probably 10 years old. And he probably owned it from the point that he bought it. And he came in one time and he was like, you'll never guess what I just spent at the not the dealership, but like the maintenance. And I was like, yeah? He's like, yeah. Who knew you had to rotate your tires? And who knew you were supposed to change your oil all the time? And all this other stuff. And he was completely honest about it. Like it was not a pulling my tail kind of a thing. I looked at him and I was like, I won't say his name. Yeah, you're supposed to do those maintenance
Well, then
things.
you buy a vehicle like a European vehicle, and the maintenance. Which
which we
know,
learned.
is really, really expensive. Valley Dude 5000 says, "What do you guys use? Gas 87, 89, or 93?"
93.
I use 93. I could, in a pinch, use 89 and would be comfortable with it.
Painful. 93 is painful.
Well, turbos just require a higher octane. It's just if you
Not if you ask M. Peugeot. M. Peugeot says no.
Comes from
you guys
Ford.
will battle back and forth.
This comes from Ford, and this isn't just, I guess, Ford. Any manufacturer that I've ever dealt with a turboed engine.
Oh, so you have been running 93 M. Peugeot, because the last couple chats we talked about, it wouldn't. I think you mentioned maybe, and I could be misspoken there, but
usually any engine that has a turbo, they want high octane fuel,
right?
Which is but. Honestly, if you do really the mileage pure, like if we were to do the same trip exactly, so you would see it was better with the higher octane too than it is.
I'm sure.
Now, is it worth in some cases $1 more? So
it actually was $1.50 more at one of the gas stations.
We paid $3.04 at Costco when we were
here.
leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and when we came back, it was $3.03 for 93 octane. I went to the other side of town today to fuel with at 93. Yeah. It was like $2.87.
Shut up! So it's dropping.
I just think it's a difference in where your stations are located. But
yeah, of course we know that anyway.
But I was like, damn, that would have been nice because in Florida
you're sure it was 93 at that?
Yes, I can read.
You know what? Who's abusive to whom?
But definitely, it was the price in Florida was pretty crazy. And of course, now you get to Destin too, where it is it's a vacation spot, so things are going to cost you more across the board. But we stopped at what's up, Red Shelter Farm. We did stop at one fueling place in Destin proper, and it was $4.30 something.
I don't know, whatever it was you said in the video.
I forget. It was almost $1 more than a block down the street. Yeah,
because we paid $3.55 a gallon at that one stop, and it was almost $1 more.
Yeah, it was ridiculous what some places were charging for fuel. But hey,
$5 in San Jose, Michael Rivas says.
Yeah.
And in NYC, $5 a gallon.
Well, this isn't
91. In Arizona,
this isn't political
it's
nation.
420.
So. And I'm amazed some states don't have 93. 91's is high.
And that may be what Van. Do you guys have 93 in Arizona?
I think Utah struggles with 93.
Is it because of the temperature change? Do you think?
I don't know if it's
or is it
altitude.
A political thing?
No, I think.
Altitude would make sense.
No, because Arizona and Utah are polar opposites politically, and so.
309 for 93, Cigar Texan says.
Nice. That's basically like I was saying.
In looking at my friend Gas Buddy, lowest in Murfreesboro right now is 303 for premium. Highest is 379.
All right.
So are you sure you saw 280 something for 93?
I paid for it today.
You got premium?
Yes.
Why?
In my company vehicle?
Why?
Because I don't pay for it. They pay for it.
Do they want you to run premium in it?
They say treat the vehicle as it's yours.
Oh, okay.
And I don't always do it. I vary from. I do like to about every other fill up. I like to put, some better.
Van says mostly 91, but rarely 93.
Yeah, and we can get 110 here, which is really cool. You can get race fuel here.
Yeah, and we actually came across. If you watched the video earlier today, we may have stopped it somewhere.
Well, we can talk. Go ahead.
Somebody
Kelly.
actually mentioned your shirt.
I think
it was M actually mentioned your shirt.
Yeah, this is part of the trip. This one here. So, and I said it in the video. I am one to stop and go do stupid things for no apparent reason. I told Kelly when we started dating, our first trip to Michigan together, I said, "Hey, if you want to stop somewhere, we stop." I said, "If I want to stop somewhere, we're stopping," because my dad growing up we would go back to Ohio. It was hammer down. Yeah, I don't care if you got to go to the bathroom. There's only one spot we're stopping, and that's to get some
in
food.
Boys that works, but in girls that doesn't work.
We're getting food, and as a small child, I went to the bathroom in many of a 16-ounce bottle. We didn't.
Did it help your aim?
Well, we have potentially 3 kids. Well, two and a quarter.
Potentially.
Well, the one's always awkward talking about, but
sorry, our animal's trying to bust on the door.
But yeah, so I guess it did help my aim. But no, I mean, my dad was like, and your dad kind of is the same way too. He's
for
like,
sure.
There's 2 places it seems like that you can stop on the way there, and after that, it's a no-go. But so I like a goofy trip. Like, I'm all about, especially with the Bronco. Honestly, we are showing it off a little bit because we got.
Oh, for sure.
What happened when we pulled at the fuel station in Buc-ees?
Girl came up and she goes, that's a good looking Bronco. She's like, I've got a 1983 Bronco.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I kind of wanted to talk more to her. But at the same point, you don't want to take more of people's time than they're willing to give you. So I'm kind of socially awkward when it comes that way.
Well, it was
so
probably my RBF on that one.
Probably was your
I was
RBF.
like, I was honest because I got out of the vehicle trying to record some stuff, which is always awkward enough. Let me tell you, start talking about doing this with your camera in your face, and you're trying to film yourself pumping fuel. And I get the weirdest look sometimes, but I don't care anymore, man. I've done this long enough now that it's just like, hey, get over it.
It's still an adjustment for me, though.
Yes, this is part of my job now, so get over it. But
390 in northern Michigan.
But yeah, the lady came, like, she made a beat, like, she was just across the fuel thing. But
we were at the same. We were at the same fuel pump.
Yeah,
she was just on the other side of it.
She was going to get in the vehicle.
Oh, she was very. I don't want to say aggressive because that's not the. She was assertive about what she was interested in learning on the vehicle, but she did. She walked around it, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." Oh, quick funny story. So I stopped at Hardee's this morning to get a biscuit, and I was going through the drive-thru, and I've seen the girl several times, and she goes, "That's a good-looking Jeep," and I said, "Well, it's actually a Bronco," and she goes, "Oh, it's a Bronco," and I said, "Yeah." Aw, and Peugeot 8793.
You guys know I love them odd super chats, man. I love it.
You can run any octane according to Ford, but you cannot run the same amount of boost or timing with lower octane fuel. What I believe is happening is the detonation under cruise conditions and light boost, possibly due to dual fuel injection.
It could be. I'm not going to be the guy who breaks down this stuff. Our friends over at Bronco Wild, he likes to break things down to the chemical level, and I'll let him handle that one. But all I know is manufacturers, even Nissan, it was a big ordeal with the latest Titan that came out that they said 400 horsepower, and it was already making, what was it, 390, what ours made, 390 horsepower in their V8. And people are like, oh, yeah, man, that's 400 horsepower. And then in fine print, it's, yeah, but you must use the premium fuels to get the most out of it. And some of it is, yes, the computers now are so fine with making adjustments to how the explosion happens, and I assume that's how it knows is through detonation.
Red Setter Farm says, my dealer said he hasn't seen it happen that fast with the Bronco, but I changed the soft top 2 weeks ago, and he said the stars must have aligned because I got a build date. That's what happened to us. We D99'd it.
Days?
Yeah, we D99'd it on Monday. We had a build date on Thursday.
Yep.
So, of course, that's not going to work for everybody, I don't think. Again, like we've talked about, it's dealer allocation. It's, if they're in time, and it's, like you said, the stars align.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. And Mark King, congratulations, because you got a production date today, too, as well.
Wait.
Doesn't have an exact date.
Red Letter, which Bronco did you have built? I'm curious. Go ahead, Kelly.
So 502 Bourbon Cruise says we drove from Kentucky to Arcadia, Florida in November, past like 20 buc-ees. I hope it was amazing as the billboards made it out to be. It's totally awesome.
Well, I will say,
and somebody asked about the restrooms. Restrooms are super clean. They're amazing. They really could win an award.
It is a pretty nice place. And I will say, they get you, this is the goofiest, most fun thing ever, this shirt. And I didn't want to buy this thing, but I'm kind of glad she bought it now.
You heard that. We got it on recording.
And Kelly, for a long time now, since summer, or I guess early spring.
May when we went first, or April when we went for spring break.
Has been like, we've got to go. And then with my first job's Christmas party, we are connected to people locally, local officials, and they were telling us that there might be a chance that we see a Buc-ees around the area. And then we find out this week,
news broke today.
Yeah, news
broke this week that we're getting one.
And I forget, it's like 150 pumps.
Yep.
150 pumps.
In 420 parking spaces or something.
Yeah. And the biggest one, I think the guy that Bucky said they were getting one is going to have over 200 gas pumps.
Oh, I don't remember what he said
one
numbers wise.
towards
The one
Crossville.
in Sevierville.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg
It's
area.
ridiculous. And I walk up there, and I kid you not, they've got hunting things, hunting blinds.
Corn
Yeah.
feed.
I'm like, is this TSC or is this a gas station? And then you walk in, it's like a clothing store.
And
then
it's
you go to
decent brands and stuff, too. It's like Marmot and things like that, too.
You go to the middle of it, and it's a nice kind of restaurant. Like the barbecue, it was very. Somebody told me years ago, "Hey, you gotta try this place's barbecue," and I could never remember who it was.
And here's what's funny is he didn't tell me that until we were actually picking up the sandwich, and he goes, "I was told years ago that I needed to try this."
But I couldn't remember the name of the place that he told me about.
And Keith, I worked in artist management in the music business. I worked in it long enough to realize that was not for me, and I didn't want to get cussed at and stepped on every day.
Pretty true. And the head of the management company was
he was a jerk.
Tool. Like you look at Ari Gold from Entourage, and he was every bit
times
of that.
10.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed Christian too.
Yeah.
It was real bad.
Would cuss you out.
Yeah. I should have kept on calendar, and I should just put F on the calendar for every time I was told to fuck off.
Yeah.
In a day. Would have been interesting to see.
We talking about me and you, or?
Yeah, that too.
Oh, okay. Terrence, dude.
Aw, Terrence, thank you.
Terrence, you were guys.
Ooh, Cigar Texan says barbecue is not that good at Buc-ee's, and Mobile Moto says Marmot is not a decent brand.
Wow, man.
Attacks tonight.
I know.
Attacks.
Hey, man, I liked it. The chopped brisket sandwich we had, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I couldn't
didn't go into
do
a
more than the normal size sandwich though. Like I couldn't have gone to the XXL.
It was a trip, and I put it in the video today that they have frozen chicken breasts that you can buy to take home and cook.
What?
Yeah,
I missed that part.
yeah, it's in the video. Like it's hard.
The
to
jerky is like the mile-long jerky. You still haven't tried it.
I haven't got to try the jerky yet. And I was told today by an employee that if I would have known that you were going there, I would have had you get those honey whatever.
The nuggets.
Yes.
The salted caramel ones were so good.
He was so bummed that I said I didn't know I was going to this mecca of all gas stations.
We went 4 miles out of our way. That's all it ended up being was 4 miles out of our way.
Yeah, which
I mean it was 8 miles round trip.
We like doing dumb trips, so
I talked him into it. I was like, we saw it, and I was like,
we were there an hour.
I know.
We were in this fueling center an hour.
And this one is parked next to the pump for an hour. He's
guys,
totally that guy.
They have 150 of them. I'm pretty sure that didn't bother them. But anyways, like the Buc-ee's trip was really fun, and we didn't need fuel there, but that was our first fuel up.
Yeah.
And we moved on, and part of
was in Alabama.
Part of it was like we were excited just to get away from it'd been since summer since we've even closely gotten away for somewhat of vacation when we went to Michigan last. But we were curious about the ride quality of this vehicle because the Jeep is horrendous. I love that Jeep. I love the Gladiator to death. And somebody tried to tell me they had a picture of a bunch of Raptors testing, and they're like, yeah, in the middle of it was a truck version. And I call BS on that because they wouldn't be so blatantly open with the truck version.
Mm-mm.
Or that news would have been out so fast that. But if they do a truck version, I'm all in. I love the Gladiator, but I love the room of the Bronco. But we were really curious about, hey, is this going to be, because we rode around town.
Yeah.
It's not like we didn't have a clue of how it sits, but long term, was this thing going to be comfortable? And was it for you? Was it better or worse than the Jeep?
Significantly better than the Jeep.
What
significantly.
For you, what about it?
So I have back issues, but it wasn't even the back issues in the Jeep that were bothering me. It was the butt issues. Like my butt was so sore from sitting in the vehicle that amount of time. And honestly, it was less time than what we were in the Bronco for going to Florida. So like it was about 4 hours after we had gotten in the car from Michigan.
Yeah.
Heading back this way,
well,
and my butt was so sore.
When we left here and we got to about Bowling Green, Kentucky, we were both like
miserable.
Yeah, like well, it wasn't as bad.
We were in Ohio when it was getting uncomfortable.
Yes.
But yeah, it was It was bad.
Yeah.
Pause just a second.
Go ahead.
Ryan says, can y'all explain the blend dates? Is it the day it begins to be built or the final days being built? So the blend is when the body comes together.
Yep. It's the final production of that vehicle.
Your build could start on 12/17, but when when the body's put together is going to be 12/18.
Yeah, and well, usually the blend date is the date it should be rolling out of the line,
But if for some reason they roll
like
over.
ours was a later in the day build, and it didn't leave till the next day. But I was lucky to have connections within the plant that were like, hey,
to know where
yours
your
got
vehicle was.
built. And they even went on mine, like, because they knew it was going to get reviewed, and they went through and made sure all the seals and everything. I was told mine got a lot of extra attention, and I'm not bragging about that, but I think they knew that it was going to get dinged a little bit. But I've got some quality issues. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple things on our Bronco that are I'm just like, it left the plant. And I will say this. Now, I cover Jeep as well. I mean, obviously on the channel, there's just not been a lot of breaking news on Jeep. Like, Bronco for us has been great. We love it. Don't get us wrong. We are enthusiasts of that truck. But we have to be objective with it. And there's definitely some quality things. The grab handle that's not fully seated. There's a couple little things that I was like, it left the plant like that. And it's not just me. It's what I'm seeing, paint issues that are leaving the plant right now. I mean, it's sporadic.
We haven't taken our doors off to see, but
yeah, and there's just been a lot of quality issues. And somebody today picked their Bronco up, and it had Raptor floor mats in it.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'd have kept them.
Well, yeah, of course you're going to keep them, but like I'm amazed. I keep hearing about how the UAW labor. Oh, we're second to none versus the import makes of all this. But these are things that I don't hear. I don't even hear it from GM really. Like I know they're stressed. They're worked to like they can't get enough of these things out. But some of the quality things I'm just very, very surprised about. And how embarrassing that Ford has been trying to say, well, is it a Raptor or is it a Warthog? We don't know. And then it's literally stamped. And it's not like it's an F-150 floor mat that somehow accidentally got put in there.
Right.
It's only made for that vehicle.
It's true.
But
I don't know.
But it does
I mean,
confirm.
you having work in manufacturing, too, is like, that's where you go, how did that happen? How did that not get caught?
Yes, it is overlanding for fun. It is like the Bass Pro Shops of gas stations combined.
Yes. Totally. And my friend doesn't know it yet. She really loves olives, but I got her feta stuffed olives from buc-ees. They have this whole line of like pickled stuff too, like pickled eggs, different flavors of pickled eggs and stuff. And like, that's not my gig, but hey, everybody's got their stuff.
Man,
but
some smelly farts.
No, thank you. Makes me want to vomit just thinking about it.
I know. But the buc-ees thing, we'll kind of wrap up with the buc-ees part of it. If you see one and you want to, like, especially if you got some kids or whatever, you want to stretch your legs for a good 30, 40 minutes.
Get your picture with Bucky
out
front, if there is one.
It was interesting. I would go again. It's not like if you
that's
need
good.
Fuel. I mean, because I'm assuming from what we've seen, they're probably the cheapest around too.
There's actually a whole bunch of feeds out there on Google because I was curious. Now, one thing they didn't have that I don't think you covered in the video because we didn't really do it in depth on Buc-ees, but they don't have window wipe washer things. What are those things called? Squeegees.
Yeah, I could not figure that out, man.
And I Googled because I was like, maybe it's just a different area, but apparently the squeegees kept going missing or something at once, so they decided not to have.
But how do you have
areas.
a service center this large? And
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That boggled my mind because we had went through a bunch of bugs, and of course the Jeep and Bronco windows are just straight up, so they collect bugs like crazy.
Yeah. And every little thing that hit that windshield on our drive, we were just like, cringe every single way.
I tried to stay further back than I normally would from vehicles, but yeah, a lot of tinks in that glass.
He drove like a granny. Coderman asked how many people noticed or asked about the Bronco on the road trip.
How many what?
People asked about the Coderman asked how many people asked or noticed about the Bronco on the road trip. More in Florida than anything.
Yeah,
I think.
we've seen a few Broncos
4
in
or
Destin.
5 in Destin. I think.
There was a two-door that we saw, a white two-door we saw a couple times.
I told him he should have pulled over and gotten a picture next
I
to
know.
it. But you didn't.
No, because, how awkward
And then we
is that?
saw either a black or antimatter blue.
I think it was a black one.
4-door.
Yeah. We one of our viewers actually lives in that area.
Mm-hmm.
In Fort.
Part of the Emerald Coast Broncos or
yeah.
something.
Which I thought was really, really cool. And had we had time, I would have loved to kind of got, met those people and got, some fun pictures. But like we had a guy pull up in a Raptor, pulled up next, which is the second Raptor.
Oh, that's right.
Happened.
Yeah.
In Michigan, this happened to us. And in Florida, the guy pulled up to us and dude had the biggest grin. And he was just doing this. And then I whipped his ass. I raced him slightly. Which I've say we beat. I'm gonna reiterate this. We kicked on a rolling run from about 50 to 90. We whipped a 2013's Raptor's ass.
Before 1,000 miles,
Yep.
kids.
We owned it.
Before 1,000 miles.
Yes, but
You heard it here.
Just one of my oldest, dearest friends. Like I had to whip his ass a little bit.
He told me, he's like, I got to do it with him. And I was like, you too. I've only been around for 16 years and I already know that much. I can only imagine how much his wife has had to deal with. Nurse AJ. Hey, all, hit that like button. Yes, please.
Yes,
hit that
thank
like
you, Nurse
button.
AJ.
We currently have 92 viewers and
47
only
likes.
47 likes. So please, you do have to minimize the chat and click
On
the
the
like
phone-
button on the phones and click the like button.
But anyway, so we got down on Thursday. We got down to Florida and pretty uneventful trip, except one thing. So
Yes.
what did we see? Brake lights? Or what? How did we know?
I have PTSD over that I forget. That I forget about that part until you bring it back up.
So
No. So we knew about it because Waze said.
So Kelly loves to use Waze, and I
do.
like Waze. But I honest to God, I don't really give a damn about which the Waze is.
What
nice
I like
for the
about
cops.
what I like about Waze is that it's people driven.
Mm-hmm.
So it's real time. It's not whenever Google figures out that something's behind or whatever. So that's what I like about Waze. And then there's also officer updates in real time if there's a car accident or things like that. So I like Waze a lot more for that. But it kind of failed us this time.
Yes,
when you're in the backwoods,
so
Alabama.
we've seen the traffic on Waze.
Yeah.
Kinda, it'll show you.
There was like a
it's slowing
15-minute
down.
delay.
And did you reroute it or did it do it itself?
So Waze was turning us down that road. And then I looked at the ETA and the ETA gave us like 30 or 45 minutes longer. And I was like, let's just go back the way we were going. So I said, let's choose a different route. Well, it takes us down Bass Road in Alabama.
Which come to find out, we're going from this, I wouldn't call it highway because there's state roads.
Right, it's a state road.
But to a sand road. And I kid you not, a sand road that is in, we kept getting in deeper in the woods and it's getting foggy.
And I didn't realize it was sand until about 100 feet in because it looked like pavement
Yeah, it
because it
just
was
looked like
late at night,
leaves
looked
or
like
something on the road.
pavement, and literally like what you're driving on is just wide enough for the Bronco because everything else is leaf covered. So
Right.
people are not driving on this road consistently.
Right.
And then there's like ridges on it from water,
Washouts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was probably doing about 40 miles an hour down this thing. And I was like, that's not really. And then we hit these like, it was like speed bumps. And the Bronco did not like that because we almost ended up in the ditch. And I'm stressed that like I hit the brakes, you could feel it because
whole
the way
thing.
it was bumping, ABS, nothing could catch us to slow us down, and we really did. And I was said a few choice words, and
And
then,
on the road that we were on, the equivalent of what'd you say? Ditch. The equivalent of ditch was literally like where they had cut the road out and there was like sides. So there was like ridges almost on the side of the road and then there were trees. So there really wasn't a ditch to fly into. There were trees to run
yeah,
into.
we were going to go head into a tree, and
Yeah.
it wasn't have been pretty. But I mean, like you see, Airplane Mike's like it looked like a bike trail we were on. That was the good part of the road that we came out of from the sand. I was after I about put it in the ditch. I was like, well, let's pay attention. Let's not try to film things. And
We came across 2 bridges. One, he goes,
One
what the
wooden
fuck
bridge.
is this?
a wooden freaking bridge.
And it had a 2x4 where you were supposed to drive across it.
Which I see,
and it had a 3-ton limit on it.
Yeah,
the one before that was 35 tons.
I see these old roads definitely here in the woods of Tennessee, but it's not where I was expecting ways to take me off to cut off 3 minutes off of the trip. 3. And I was pretty mad, not at Kelly or like, just because I've got my daughter with me, and you know, Papa Bear gets a little protective, and I don't like going into areas. I didn't know the regulations for
carrying
for carry, so my carry was left at home. And we were in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know, man. You know, your mind
because
just goes,
Tennessee is constitutional
Yes.
carry, so we don't have carry permits in Tennessee. You don't have to have
Well, you
them.
can get a carry.
You can, but you don't have
Yeah.
to. So we haven't gotten our carry permits because we don't need
Yeah, we
them
don't
now.
need
They're
it.
constitutional carry.
But anyways, yeah. So finally, Airplane Mike, when you see that little bit of road and you see all the
trees,
the
the
leaves
leaves.
and stuff, or the off the pine needles on the side of the road, that was the good part.
Yeah.
I kid you not, we'd just gotten off that sand, and finally we got back on highway. And I mean, these are things we look back on, we're gonna laugh about and stuff.
and
but,
we do laugh about it now.
yeah. But it was quite stressful, and
In that tail end fall into where we almost went off, you know, the road there into a tree was enough to take our 11-year-old and wake her up from her phone to pay attention to the road. So you know it's got to be bad if that's the case. And we got out and we were like, so did you see any of that? She's like, oh, you mean when we almost died in the woods?
right. But we got there 7 just in time to kind of see high tide. Our hotel, which was where did we stay?
We stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn in Fort Walton Beach.
Which was
Pleasantly
very, very nice.
surprised.
That's probably the nicest staff that I've ever seen in a hotel.
Oh, for sure. I had texts daily of like, hey, how was your stay? 1 to 10. How's your stay?
But it's not even the text. It's literally
No, it really was. Everybody was nice. Everybody talked to us.
The ladies
Service
that,
people,
that
everybody.
would take care of the rooms. They were all super nice, man.
Yeah, everybody was super nice.
And we were off season, of course, so I'm sure they have more time to be a little more friendly.
Sure.
But they didn't have to be.
Well, and we arrived, and I had put in there, it was like, hey, can we just get the best view that we can? Because, you know, sometimes you get an okay view. Sometimes you don't get a great view. I was just like, hey, can we get the best room we can? Because I shamelessly plugged that it was my 40th birthday trip. And we get there, and they're like, oh, can we follow you up to your room with champagne and strawberries? Like,
Screw top champagne.
where do they do that without charging you? Like, most places will charge you and be
Yes,
like,
that
sure,
was
we can do
super
something
nice.
nice here. Pay us $200 and we'll bring this up. But
Yeah.
it was super nice. Like, the staff was fabulous. The room was fabulous. We stayed in a king, what they call a junior suite, because it had bunk beds for our daughter. Because that was the way we got
never
away with
seen a
having our
hotel room
king
with
size
bunk
bed.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'd have had to have 2 queens and share, and that's not going to work.
What's up, Pickens Party of 5? Welcome to the party. Somebody asked about this Bronco, and we get it a lot, so. All right. So this little Bronco, these are Walmart exclusives. But little doors open and stuff. I think the doors actually come off, if I remember right. There's one of these that the doors actually come off. Hood doesn't open.
I know, Pickens. I was hoping you could meet me up a day early, but I made the family come a day early. But I get it.
Walmart exclusive, and
Your old man's showing.
I know. So it's Just Trucks is the brand, and here's one that they do, kind of all kitted out, which I had to replace.
And that's the one
because
that went out,
I gave,
or that's going out tomorrow.
well, not that, well, one like that, but.
Yeah, I know, but I mean.
But so, yes, it's not Rapid Red, unfortunately, for us, but it was cool.
It's close enough.
The tires are actually better looking on this than they are the other ones. But, so there we go. So there is the Bronco. So yeah, Destin, I was.
Bye,
it was
Nurse
nice.
AJ. Sweet dreams.
It was nice floating around Destin. We got to
Yes.
flop the soft top back, which was nice. We actually that
One
night.
day.
No, that night, remember we got
we did,
in.
and we froze our daughter out.
Yeah, she was not happy about it, but it was like 65 degrees, man.
It was. It was
we
chilly.
Really hadn't had a good chance to drop the top and enjoy it here. So that was fun. I know you have, but and I have slightly, but we're at the beach, man. You know,
I know.
Wind in your hair, salt life, right?
That's it.
I told somebody, I was like, do I have to get? Am I
you asked
required
me.
now to get a Salt Life sticker?
You asked me, and I
Was it
said
you?
yes.
And no, we're not putting I hate those stupid. I love.
Well, and
people,
then I saw a sticker that said "Work Life."
I love people in the middle of America driving around with Salt Life stickers.
I actually had to Google it because I saw it here in Tennessee first.
Yeah.
The whole Salt Life thing, and I was like, "What does Salt Life mean?" And then I Googled it, and I was like, "Oh, it's all those people that are dreaming to be at the beach all the time."
Well, not me. But we had a blast. But Sunday came, and it was about a 7-hour trip back, and we were hauling ass back. Still, I was trying to go about 75 to 77 because, I mean, the idea was to see what fuel economy we could get with this thing. And I mean, yeah, I would have loved to did 80, 85 and just, got back an hour earlier. But I had guys in trailers passing me. It was nuts on the way back.
True story.
But where was that place we stopped in Alabama to eat lunch?
Milo's. So
Milo's,
we have
yes.
Milo's tea in our grocery stores here. And I didn't know it was a place. I just thought it was a brand of tea. But apparently it's a Birmingham place. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's a Birmingham based like burger / barbecue sauce place.
Yeah. I don't know. It was good burgers, smash burgers.
It was good burgers. Fries were really good too. Yeah. So we were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. What are they talking about here?
I have rules when we travel because my mom had gotten me a spa day while we were down there too. So I got a mani and a pedi and a massage and a salt scrub. And I was talking to the lady and she was like, yeah, you should or you just go to the grocery store and get all this. And I was like, yeah, well, we have a rule. Like I said, the rule on this trip was we're not going to places we can go to at home, because you take advantage of like the local kind of thing. First night we had McDonald's because that was the only place open.
Only thing open.
By the time we got there, even pizza wasn't open. Yeah. So we had to go to McDonald's. But the rest of the time we ate at local-ish places.
The taco place that somebody recommended.
Rockin' Tacos. I think it was M recommended Rockin' Tacos. And we went to Rockin' Tacos. Like, food was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good tacos.
And then, of course, we went to Floyd's for the unlimited. I got the unlimited popcorn shrimp. Yeah. And then what else did we do?
The breakfast place.
We went to the Pancakery.
Yeah. And where was the hamburger place we ate
at? Probably the best meal was actually at Fat Boys. Yeah, it was called Fat Boys. Probably the best meal that we had, or at least as far as I was concerned, the best meal we had was at a burger place called Fat Boys. It looks like a little hole-in-the-wall joint, and it was actually really good. It's actually in Destin. But we were pleasantly surprised. And then, of course, we got parlor donuts, too.
Right. And Flo says more guns does not mean more safety. Come to Chicago, and you'll figure that out. I'll actually be in Chicago the 1st of February for the Chicago Auto Show. But no, trust me. Like, it's not a – it's just a I don't know.
He's worked in the woods a lot, so that's the only reason why.
I've had guns pulled on me more than 3 or 4 times, so I feel comfortable in my area. I would not break any laws to go do it elsewhere, but in my area, I'm fine with that. Let's see. Pickens, buy a bottle of touch-up paint and paint it rapid red. We'll have some fun with it. It's ultimately not that big of a deal.
Rapid.
Krista. What did we call Krista?
Chia,
that's right. Duh.
We still have a chia we need to grow.
I think it's in here.
Oh.
Yes, we got to grow our chia.
We do.
I did buy some Crocs in Florida. Yeah. Wait, Salt Life equals swingers. What the hell is that about? Party Pickens says Salt Life equals posers.
That's because they want to be salt people.
You guys are crazy with your things in there. What? Milo's is a place. Yes, M.
Yeah, it's actually a place.
Same sign and everything.
Yep, it is. So it's actually Birmingham based. There's one like as far north as Huntsville, but the rest of them are Birmingham and just a little bit south of Birmingham.
Yeah, really good. I don't know if it was a barbecue sauce or something. My burger was really good.
Yeah, it is. It's a barbecue sauce place. It's originated. A guy started doing it after he got out of the war.
Pickens, I see you dropped a video today of you guys plowing your Bronco through the woods, which doesn't sound a lot of fun for me to want to bring my Bronco down so we can plow it through the
I'll take
woods.
the easy trails, thanks.
Yeah, we'll watch you go do those dumb things.
Yes.
And by dumb, I mean, obviously fun, but
We still have to drive home.
Yeah, I haven't got mine wrapped yet, so and working out the details of that. Let me see if the guy. He got back with
Mobile Moto, we did not get a chance to stop at Town and Country, unfortunately. We talked about it.
It was on my mind. I'm going to set up because it's actually not that far from us, really.
No, it was probably 3 hours.
I don't even think, maybe.
It's Birmingham. So Huntsville's an hour and a half.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go see old Mitchell. Yeah, no doubt on that. But yeah, if I would have gave him notice, we definitely would have stopped.
We were coming through on a Sunday, though, so... and then we were going down on a Thursday, and we didn't know what our Thursday was going to look like travel-wise. That's usually the start of our trip, like to his point, where we really just kind of do our thing. We stop as we want, and those types of things is usually the day starting it.
You forgot my name.
See?
Sorry. It's probably the whiskey. But ultimately, I think ride and comfort of this thing was great.
For sure.
The 35s... traveling that far didn't bother me at all. We did get off in the sand a little bit and picked up a lot of little pebbles and crap, which these tires, I like these tires, or I want to like these tires. They ride great on the road. I know our buddy with Lifestyle just dropped his 10,000 mile video today, and his are almost done.
Which I was shocked.
The tread are almost done on these things. And so it's a super soft compound on it, but they just pick up way too much crap, and we're kind of. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to go with KO2s on this thing. I kind of want to put KM3s on it, but we have Moab and stuff coming up that I don't want to wear mud tires out trying to drive out there. So probably put a little bit better all-terrain, unless Nitto or somebody wants to come aboard and throw us some tires. What else? There's John Widerman. What's up, buddy? I need a Chia Ford Bronco.
Did you see the Chia video that we did from SEMA?
John saw that.
We are not doing a Chia Bronco.
No. If you're only a few hours,
Jason
Pickens. Well, see, here's what you need to do, Krista. Y'all fly up. We'll pick you up.
Yeah.
We'll show you around Nashville and then drop you off. We'll take you down there and drop you off.
And then you can fly out of Birmingham or whatever you want to do.
I would hope they're driving from Birmingham.
Well, she said if she... Oh, yeah,
fly to Nashville.
Duh.
Come on. It'd be fun to be a part of that.
It would be fun to be a part of that. We could both do some content on it.
Honest, let's go see Mr. 6'3". No, it's like he's 9'10", I think, Mitchell. He's like 470 pounds. I think he goes by Godzilla.
God. Overlanding for fun, Tim Davis says, I saw Pickens did a video where they inflated All-Terrain Nation's blow-up doll with an ARB compressor.
Well, sadly, I think they killed him.
Oh, were you supposed to break that news?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know it was...
I don't know.
Super secret news.
Is it super secret news, Chia?
Well, it's out now.
It's out now.
I think John.
Apparently, the blow-up dolls are not meant to hold up to such rigorous.
Yeah. Who knew putting them in YouTube videos would kill them?
Right. Who knew they'd become part of the family for them? Pickens Party of 6.
And you got a birthday card?
I did. I did get a birthday card. So we talked about it a little bit on our live that we did on the way down, but not actually on this live. But we got our first piece of mail, which I've heard there's another something sitting there. So I need to go over there. I just hadn't gotten over there, but got my first mail and it was for me. So thank you. Thank you. It's from Nikki Brewer and it was a birthday card. And it was just perfectly raunchy.
She thought
for my
she was a
40th.
little worried.
Yeah, she actually messaged us and she was like, I'm really sorry if I offended you by it. It literally had a guy on the front with abs.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
Fireman
enjoy your birthday. And no, it was a cowboy. Oh. And on the back, it says, here's your 6-pack. And it was like, it was perfect. So nothing raunchy at all about it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So we made sure that we messaged her back. And I was like, no.
Tomorrow is Krista's birthday?
Ooh.
Wow. I wonder what the Bronco's getting.
I don't know.
Suddenly it's turning into Pickens Party of One over here.
I know.
Well, happy early birthday.
Happy.
Krista. Chia. Anyways, well, guys, got any questions or comments, man? Bring them out. Let's do this. Let's get into this. I've got a video that's dropping tomorrow on more Everglades news. If you want it early, you can go to Bronco
John,
6G.
I don't think they named it after you, though. I think it was a John.
Yes. But you can go over to Bronco 6G. They dropped some pictures that they paid for of the Everglades. And it's in a new color. And that's all I'm going to say about the color. But
Pickens, for real? You didn't send us a Christmas card? We don't send Christmas cards.
Yeah, I'm
so don't feel like
frankly.
you're missing a card from us. Yeah. It just didn't get sent. One didn't get made.
I barely do Christmas anymore. So
It's true.
I don't even. Somebody asked me
That's
today,
why we did the wreath on the Bronco. I did have somebody go, that is so awesome. That's so cool.
There was somebody in a video that I had to comment on today that was, hey, where did you get the overlay for the reef? And I just sent him a link to the video. I was like, I'm not explaining that that's actually a made reef that you put on there. But yes, that's, oh, Revy, is that a buc-ees t-shirt? Yes, this is a buc-ees. Oh, where's the camera?
Over that way.
There's the buc-ees
There you go.
t-shirt.
He had a choice of black or red.
I guess I'm a part of the buc-ees
Fan club.
fan club now.
And my shirt actually did come from buc-ees, but it's not a buc-ees brand. It came from buc-ees this spring.
Are you sure it wasn't the John?
Could have been the John. I mean, it was shipped directly from Amazon, so whatever the Pickens did with the John when it arrived, I can't guarantee anything.
Festive as fuck there. Send me some addresses and I can send some cards.
You have our address.
Yeah. Plus, I think you have our P.O.
You have
address.
our P.O. box, too. It's P.O. Box 356, Rockvale, Tennessee, 37153.
You're just hoping. She was all excited that she got the first piece of mail in our P.O. box. I'm like, I've gotten, you guys have sent me all kinds of cool whiskeys and stuff.
You're so ungrateful.
And, like, she was all like, I got the first.
You know why? Because I go there all the time to check the mail, so I was excited that it was for me.
Okay. That's fine.
Because I go once a week since we opened that book. Sometimes twice. Depends on.
But if you send us something fun, I know Pickens does this, but we'll feature it in our live video or we'll talk about it. And, as long as it's appropriate to show on the channel,
Yeah, we did give Pickens a heads up that says don't open this in front of your kids.
Yes.
Don't open
yes.
all mail in front of your kids.
Yes. John appreciated that. So no trail turn assist on the 7th speed. Yes, that is true. No trail turn assist for the manual transmission. But honestly, like, we'll try that trail turn assist out. But I think it's one of those things that we'll sort of forget about. Mm-hmm. Like descent,
the trail
all
turn,
the hill descent and all that, or the one pedal stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's just like, okay, It's because I'm very old school. I want to push the lockers.
Thank you, Devin.
Them.
I will go tomorrow and go to the P.O. box. See if it's there.
I want to manually push buttons. Like, I miss the days of manual transfer cases. Like, the goat mode stuff is cool.
Not me.
But
I'm all about the easy button from that perspective.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's just something like, when you engage it manually, it either works or it's
That's
broke.
true.
There's no computer you got to go through. And
I do have to say that was the downside of the 4-wheel drive switch on my Xterra, was that because it wasn't manual, and you had to throw it into neutral and you had to reverse and you had to do all these things to get the computer to register that that's what you really wanted to do. It would be a bit frustrating on the trails sometimes if you didn't do it in the exact sequence that it wanted you to do it. So I can see where the buttons could get freakish a little bit with all the new technology.
Well, I guys, correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't put this thing in 4 low, but I think you're still supposed to put it in neutral for 4 low.
I don't know.
For it to manually engage that way. But, I just like, I don't know. It's because I have a lot of years in that tech, old tech. But I am very interested in trying this thing out. And I kind of, if we would have this thing wrapped by now, we'd already been at Windrock doing some testing that way.
Yep.
But
it's just so pretty.
I know that's the problem is having this thing, and it's not about resale value really or anything. It's just
too bad your shirt's rapid red instead of race red instead of rapid red.
This is the shit I deal with.
Such abuse.
I know. But I'm itching to. That's why, like, when I saw Pickens down there doing some trail maintenance and stuff, I was like,
I know you were itching.
well, then I saw like her pushing her Bronco through high weeds and stuff, and I was like,
For us going down there.
I just need this thing to look nice for a while for the initial reviews we do. Like, we're gonna build it up and have fun with it, but for a minute, there's things we need to do in stock form, and I don't want like pinstripes all the way down the side of this thing. And they're like,
Me neither.
people are like, so this is what a stock vehicle does, or is
I
it
know.
represents?
That was my Xterra. It was pinstriped.
Oh yeah, but I do have, like I said, I text the guy, see if. Yeah, he hadn't been active in an hour, but supposed to get a initial look at the wrap that we're going to order, and I think I'm going to have to take it a weekend and take it to Iowa.
Were you 97 or 96?
What?
High school.
Where?
What
Who?
year?
Me?
Yeah.
93.
Oh. Momomoto is 4 years younger than you.
Yeah.
I was a 2000.
In the cradle.
It's a true story.
But yeah, so senior in high school was 1997, Mobile Moto says. Mine was 1993.
And Peugeot says, Krista, were you born before I graduated high school? Parentheses, 1985.
Krista was born in 85?
No. He's asking if she was. And then not that you asked, but I'm telling you anyway, I was born 4 years before you graduated high school.
Yep. Anna says he is not moving his Wild Track high toe package. I don't blame you on that at all.
I don't blame you.
I say that a lot. Do not give, for us, like the top was like, whatever. But I wasn't changing like toe package.
Nope.
Yeah, Sasquatch and V6. Like I wasn't changing those things. I will say on this trip, I kind of would like to have that 12-inch screen. I mean, it wasn't a deal breaker. So,
Really?
yeah. It's just like when we got to do that first edition, it was nice. Like all the maps are just bigger.
We didn't talk about our freak out moment on our
Oh.
screen. We did on the
Why don't you
live,
do
but
that,
we
Kelly?
didn't. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah,
Were
so
you done talking?
driving, and my daughter's like, "Hey, Dad, can I choose some songs?" And I'm like, "I'm driving."
Begrudgingly.
No, but you hand her your phone and is like,
Yeah.
"Here, choose." And she chooses a couple songs, and on the second song,
And her music choices actually weren't terrible.
yeah, it's not horrible, but the song stops, and I thought, oh well, she just chose that select song, and we'll move on and pick another one. And I went to do something on the screen, and the screen froze, and I thought, okay, I'll just turn it off.
And then I kept touching it and pushing it off, trying to turn it off with the power button, trying to, do whatever on the screen, and it never registers. And it's like 11 minutes.
And we're doing 77 miles an hour down the highway when this is happening.
Yeah, and it's like 11 minutes since the clock had changed.
And we're maybe an hour into the trip.
Yeah, we weren't far. We were in Alabama, but
So
weren't
I had
far.
to pull off at the exit that Wooley's Off-Road is on.
Yep.
And I told Kayla, I was like, hey, you want to go off-roading now? And she's like, no.
I said, hell no.
We got beach to do. And I literally turned the truck off, let it power down, turn it back on. Never had another problem after that. And I think if you hold the power button down, it will reboot the system.
I held it for like 10 seconds.
I don't know this. I know on some cars that's how it works. And but it finally came back on. But, dude, that screen froze. And, some of this is aggravating because the touch system on it is really good.
Yes.
The Sync 4 system, I like it all. It's probably my favorite out of all the cars we've drove, that it works really well. But why is it not the Gladiator, but why is it in the Bronco? They just seem to have stupid glitches about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't hear a lot from the F-150 guys about this.
No, but I think it was overlanding for fun. No, it was Airplane Mike, I think, that was talking about in his Mustang.
Yeah.
It happened a couple times and then it never happened again. But I do think, because about an hour later we got a notice that says, congratulations, you got an update, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to err on the side of the positive and say it just happened to be pushing that update through at the same time that everything was happening, and maybe it just freaked out, because we haven't had problems with it since. So,
but it was not upsetting, because I knew if you shut the vehicle off, it would.
No, but it was a little nerve-wracking thinking, shit, are we going to have to do this every hour?
Yeah.
Because We were using the nav on it. And let me tell you, had that happened on Bass Road in Alabama,
Oh, yeah.
I might have freaked my shit out. Like, for real. We'd have just had to drive and just wait until we got off Bass Road.
Right. No, you're definitely right on that. We got 92 in here and only 69 likes, guys. If you're enjoying the show, just smash us a like, because all that does is help us find new people. And I'll be honest, our viewer numbers are down right now.
They are.
And so by you doing that just helps the channel grow a little bit. The Bronco seat wise was great.
Yes.
It's definitely a little wider, I think, than the
We
Jeeps.
totally squirreled on that. We were talking
little
about
bit.
that like 45 minutes ago.
It's not. We did talk about it in the live stream we were doing. It's not as nice as the Nissan Titan seats that we've done trips in, but Nissan builds a damn good seat. Whether their cars are great or not, they can build a super comfortable seat. They're NASA inspired, whatever. Zero gravity seats are nice.
Very much.
But these are way better than the Jeep. Way better.
Oh.
We commented, we were talking about back and forth on the way back of, hey, what did you notice on this trip that you liked and I liked? And I noticed versus the Jeep, like you can spread your legs out a little bit driving. Like the Jeep, it just narrows down so much and you don't have that little kick pedal where you can plop your foot up on. I noticed that a lot. You seem to kind of with that too, right?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. I didn't drive on this trip much except for in town, but I noticed when I drive it around that in the sense of comfort anyways, you have that fake footrest on the left-hand side when you're driving. What is that called? Does it have a name?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. So to the left of your brake, you've got that. Who's Kelly? Just kidding, Gia. But you've got that faux step or whatever. I really like that because there's something about that from a comfort perspective that just allows you to put your foot out. And just in general, like I appreciated that the seats actually went back without getting in the middle of everything.
Well, I can't imagine at one point if our Bronco hadn't came when we're planning our trip to Moab this year or next year, the Gladiator was going to go.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine driving the Gladiator that far to go off-roading.
Yeah. Nope. We wouldn't have died. We would have died.
It just would have been uncomfortable.
For sure. I don't know how we would have even gotten because we were talking when we were in Florida is that it's going to be about 12-hour days for us. And we've already prepared our daughter. It was like, you need to figure out things that will entertain you in the car for 12-hour days because we did 7 hours. Dead pedal. Thank you. That's it. The dead pedal, which you would think it doesn't make that big of a difference, but it totally makes a big difference. Because when I drove the Gladiator to Florida on the girls' trip, not having that dead pedal made all the difference in the world from a comfort perspective too. So
Devin says my Armada seats have 200K miles of my ass.
We put what, 30, just shy of 36,000 miles on the Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it probably had 32,000 miles of my ass in the driver's seat.
Well, one seat or the other did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Move your Moab trip to October. Sorry, Chia.
We would,
we've had this
but
planned before we ever knew you.
Yeah.
Move your trip to June.
To June.
Is Nissan going to bring back the Xterra Revi S? There's been hints of it within the company, and I was emailing with somebody in the company today trying to get us a Frontier, which looks like we'll get a Frontier 2 test by February sometime. But there's been there's people in that company that want it back. It's just
getting the
Nissan
right people
being Nissan about it. And I was watching TFL today. They were doing a walk around of their Bronco, and Tommy was talking about some things that, pluses and minuses about it. There was a couple of things they got way wrong.
on the Bronco.
Oh yeah, I forget what it was. It was key things he got totally wrong. But it happens. I mean, I get stuff wrong all the time. But
you're not perfect.
I know it's well in your life. In your life, I'm perfect.
Oh wow!
But they definitely they were doing a nice walk around about it, and they had a bunch of people asking some fun questions, and they put only 4,000 miles on that thing right now. And
how long have they had it?
Since maybe August. But they have a fleet of vehicles they have
That's
to drive
true.
all the time. But they thought they had an oil leak in it. Yeah, the dad came out when they were doing their live stream, and Roman was like, "Hey, where's all this oil?" And you could see oil on the ground. And he's like, "Didn't we park the Bronco here?" And I was interested. My ears perked up. I was like,
Oh, yeah, when you heard Bronco.
let's." But you couldn't see anything under it. They got under it. There's no sign that it came from that Bronco. But he's like, "Yeah, it's either this or the TRX." And I thought, well, Chrysler, it's probably the TRX.
We really liked the TRX, though.
Yeah. Oh, God. So good.
We actually saw a Rebel in Florida, and I told him, I was like, is that a TRX? Is that? No, it's not a TRX.
Tommy, talking about B&O premium sound system.
What?
Like he was talking.
Words?
He called it garbage, and I agree, man. It's just not. Bronco Nation can do all those videos they want of like, 10 speakers, this and that, but it's
Kevin
like,
says the oil was from the left shock.
Who said that?
Kevin GR says the oil was from the left shock. And Peugeot says the same thing as from the shock.
Maybe. I didn't see when they were under it, they determined anything. But now I lost me.
Sorry, you were talking about Tommy.
Oh, talking about the B&O sound system. And, they can talk about these videos of, it's 10 speakers. But if you're putting 10 garbage speakers in something, I don't care. It still sounds like, but they were, I was happy that Tommy had commented on that speaker situation. And I got to get Tommy back on the show. You guys, I'm sure, would love to have Tommy back on the show sometime to talk Bronco. Be sure to link him to our channel. If you, do the @TFL thing. Let him know that you want somebody from there on the channel. It's almost time that we have Andre on the show. We've had Tommy, and we've had my favorite
Nathan.
one. I can't think of his name right now.
Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan on the show, and it's time to get the next TFLer.
Valley Dude 5000 says, let's get them to 6K by 1/1/2022. Share to friends.
Wait, are you
Yes,
talking about
please.
us or Pickens?
I'm assuming it's us. I'm just going to shamelessly say it's us.
Yeah, our numbers for whatever reasons went down here. Like,
We actually lost a subscriber on what video was it?
The live stream, was it?
The live stream on the way to Florida?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Weird.
They probably saw I was abusive to you again.
Probably. It's probably that same guy. He probably had like 4 likes to it.
Probably did. I saw Bronto ask a question that I missed. Oh, Jason Boyd asked Bass Road. Yeah, listen back tomorrow or later tonight on the Bass Road experience.
Yeah,
You'll see.
It was an experience. Are we there yet? What was it? Take me.
Talk to me about my 21 Ford F-150. It's all sorts of issues.
That's a bummer. I'm assuming radio issues, since that's what we were talking about.
And yes, YouTube Spotters Guide says, has everyone hit that like button? We have 84 likes and 90 viewers. So yes, please be sure to like that.
We have one new member and a few super chats tonight.
Yes.
So
Thank you
for all the attention. I do appreciate that. Let's see. I need an honest opinion on the 360 camera option. Is it really worth it? Yes, I would say definitely it's worth it.
I wish we had it.
For off-roading, definitely.
Yep.
Like to have that. All the bumper companies now are figuring out ways to get that camera out in front, so that problem solved. If you're thinking about adding a better quality bumper to that, but that's kind of one thing I would have. But we would have been at $63,000 by the time it was said and done.
Yeah.
And you're talking by then $68,000 out the door probably, and yeah, just.
No thanks.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think for us it
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I am interested. There was some talk earlier in the conversation about dash cams. I am kind of interested in some dash cams. I actually looked at a few earlier this month, just because I was actually in Florida on my way to my spa time, and I was driving up the main drag, and this car just decided he was just going to come in my lane and almost hit me. And literally, had I not slammed on my brakes, they wouldn't have backed up. And me slammed on my brakes and hit my horn, they would have hit me. So like, and that would have been like a he said, she said, who ran into who kind of a thing. And yeah.
Bronco Trek says just joined one more. I'm not sure what that means.
Member maybe? Like subscriber?
maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's a like. We do appreciate that. Let's see. Terrence Mooney, Dave, are they sending bins and
Vince. He said Vince.
Oh, Vins.
Corrected.
I'm sorry. Are they still sending Vins and build dates? I know they're on a hiatus. I think it's the next couple weeks. They're not sending out any new.
Yeah, it's
build.
like 3 weeks that it says Happy Holidays, enjoy your week or whatever.
That they're not sending out new build times, but that really only if they sent build times out now, honest to God, that only means that it's in February. Like they're getting into February now. So yes, the Vins and stuff are still going out. I know there's been some questions about the app not working, about being able to track your stuff. And I reported, I want to say a week or two ago, that I thought they were updating the back-end software because obviously now it's changed. When you look at your pizza cutter, or your pizza delivery thing, it's all different now.
Yeah, I noticed
That's
that it was different.
starting to get updated. People are not saying, hey, I'm not getting emails right now. I just think it's hey, it takes time to update this stuff, that they're probably trying to fix some of the glitches from the previous year's system.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody came out on, I think it's on Bronco 6G, talking about they found a back end link to use this link with your order number, and I think it finds all your stuff for you, which
is probably what I used, unless this is new, because I had actually where it talked about like destination, or the destination dates, all that fun stuff.
We did order. I don't know if last live stream we talked about it, but 67 Designs. We
talked a little bit about it because you showed it.
That's right. We did order that the bracket, so I'm waiting for that to come in. That's honestly kind of the first big mod for us, and I wouldn't really call it a mod. I think it's just more of a needed thing.
Yeah.
I will say I noticed like a phone holder in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that was kind of annoying.
Yes, like not that I need my phone in my face at all the times, but
no, but to have it in one central location all the time, you know me. Like I would, in a perfect world, I would have everything would have a place, and every place would have a purpose.
Yes.
Welcome, Jason. Jason says he's a first-time watcher, just liked and subscribed. Got a two-door Wild Track Lux with tow ordered. Welcome.
Ooh, Wild Track's nice. Part of the two-door club. I've seen a lot of people upset, like two-door guys upset that, hey, they're not building them.
Yeah.
When they build you look at the orders compared,
Have a good night, Airplane Mike.
Later, Mike. The four-door just outsells two-door. I think it's like 85% to whatever. Like, it's ridiculous.
Because people want the classic.
No, but I'm saying the four-door's outselling.
Oh, the four-door is outselling. I thought you said the two-door was. Sorry.
No, that would be crazy.
I mean, it would make sense reservation-wise because they haven't seen them. That's why the number made sense.
But I just think that it's slowly trickling. I mean, look at Heidi from Bronco Battalion USA. She's a day 3 two-door, Badlands, Sasquatch, and not a peep of anything. But we've talked about
it's going to be her luck. She's going to get a build date while she's out in Oregon.
No, she said she'd fly and get it.
I know, but still.
But I've seen also people that are having their day 1, day 2, day 3 reservations, nothing. Literally go order the same thing that they ordered
at a different dealership.
New orders.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get all that stuff. I used to try to understand what Ford's process was with that. I think the older stuff is just getting lost in the shuffle slightly.
I wouldn't doubt it. Computer systems have glitches all the time. Here's the thing, is like, I'm not in IT, and I'm sure there's some IT folks in there, but I know enough to be dangerous from that perspective. Is like, if you miss one little code, you lose a whole bunch of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody missed a string or something and didn't include it, and you're missing a whole bunch of older reservations.
Jason Boyd says, what's a good price on some rock sliders for the two-door? I changed from a Black Diamond to a base Sasquatch and 2.7, about the same price point as Black Diamond. Okay, I warn you, Jason.
Two-doors are going to be tough.
Well, no. What I'm going to warn you about is changing to a base. There's so many little things that we've noticed. Just little things, whether it be dual climate control, little things like that.
Oh, yeah.
That may not be a deal breaker to a lot of people, but there's little features inside everything, too, that we're starting to see. that you don't get with these bases that you get. I forget what we were pointing some stuff out on this trip.
So you were actually talking about, I wonder, because we talked about this, is I wonder if in 2022 they're going to give the hardtop prep kit in the back, because with that you're getting the rear defrost, you're getting the the rear windshield wiper thing, and a couple of other things. So that is interesting, kind of a thought process. But
I think 22s will get it, but I think they take it away after 23 that you're not getting these prep kits again. Option. But just remember, I'm not. It comes with the basic radio or whatever. There's little stuff inside that radio. There's little features that they don't really talk about that you don't get. So just be aware that if you saw something in that black diamond and you're like, oh, it's the mid package, be prepared that you're not getting certain things. And I will say this, the heated seats hands down are one of my favorite things in this vehicle. I mean, we've liked them in every vehicle we've had it.
And actually I had to turn it off a little bit yesterday because kind of burning my butt.
But that's one of those things on a long road trip, just as nice.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, especially when you're running
like
a lot.
Heated blanket or whatever on your back.
Yeah.
It just was nice.
Yeah, for sure. I actually had to turn it down a couple of times.
But I've got to remember, there was a couple of little things I had noticed that you didn't get that it looked like you got on the lower trims, like the big bin or the bin and like that you don't get, or when you go to the higher trim you get, but you don't get them in there. Just a couple little things. Damn it, that pisses me off because it was a good video idea that I was working on. So
come up with it, put it on your board.
No kidding. So just be aware, Jason. Yeah, you're getting the motor and all the cool stuff.
I didn't notice you have "Give the Gift of a Sub" on the back.
You're not supposed to tell them.
Sorry.
It's hidden stuff for videos.
Sorry. Revy asked if we're going to keep the OEM antenna. We're not. We are planning the stubby, aren't we? Are we not?
I haven't honestly given it much thought. I was noticing it bending in the wind when we were driving.
I was noticing that quite a bit too.
But I don't know. Just hasn't, like, this has been a weird vehicle that I like modifying vehicles. And I just, at this one, I just don't know kind of
what you want to do with it.
Yeah,
yet.
what I want to do with it.
Because we've talked about this, is like we had to figure it out in the Nissan world. So it's different that we actually get the chance to like be big kids and maybe find modifications that we like. Because we were actually talking about this when we were in Florida, I think, was that it's such a different vehicle for us than what we're used to, because we're used to such a small market of vehicle, or, our vehicle had such a small market of aftermarket. And it was just like mom and pops that were building stuff because there was a small enough market to it to make it make sense, but not a big enough market for like four wheel parts and things like that to build stuff for it. So for us to actually have access to a lot of different modifications for this vehicle is really different for us, because he actually built light bars at one point for the Xterra because there weren't really light bars for the Xterra. So we had to figure out how to modify things. So it's really interesting because we're in a different world that we have to kind of think about and go, well, shit, where do we start?
Yeah.
Well,
so Jason,
what do we want to do right?
And Jason, I didn't really answer your question. 2 doors right now. The only thing I've seen really much is 4 Wheel Parts is offering some rock sliders for 2-door. I'm not a big fan of those. They do make a nice step to get in and out. But I think they're still body mounted, and I'm a frame mounted rock slider. I don't know. I just like my stuff attached to the frame. Not to say the body mounts they're probably just as good. It's just, once again, I'm kind of old school with that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, how was it above 75? Great. I've hit 90, 95 in this thing.
I think we're above 75 in the live that we were doing from the road.
Soft top, you definitely know you're in a soft top. I'm not going to sit here and BS you guys and say, oh, no, you would never know. But then again, the little bit of extra noise you're getting doesn't bother me. That was I was a concern on this trip of like, will it be extra loud and kind of be annoying? But no. I did notice we would probably talking slightly louder than normal.
A little bit. Yeah.
But once again, I didn't expect my BMW quality ride in this thing. Mm-mm. So
Jason Boyd also asks, I have a question. Will you take your car through a car wash? We don't take our vehicles through the car wash. He stopped me from that years ago. I used to take it through, but I noticed a couple times that my car had been beat to shit because it grabbed a rock on somebody else's vehicle and scratched it up. Or
those, even the little drag mats that just kind of slide over your car. I do this in my company vehicle. They pay for us to go through car washes, a particular one, and guess what? It's muddy. That stuff clings to that, and guess what? The new car behind me
gets scratched to
piss.
piss.
He's getting scratched to shit because of my muddy truck going through it. So I'm not a fan of those. It wouldn't, but I would do it though. I've seen.
Would you do it with the soft top though?
Yeah, I've seen people with soft tops go through them.
Really?
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, but also, I've washed our vehicle once now poorly. It was a quick wash.
Because he's too short.
Well, because I was going to do, you wanted to do your reef. And so the sun was going down. I was quickly trying to wash it.
He was being sassy that day, too.
I was being extra sassy. Because it's a damn reef on the back of a cool off-road vehicle.
That we have gotten so many people that like the reef. The viewers like the reef.
I haven't seen anybody tonight talk to you like, oh boy.
Ooh. Bring it on, guys. Come out of the woodwork.
No, you don't do that.
You know who you are.
You don't want to do that.
Somebody asked, Bronco78 says, are you going to add CB or GMRS radio to your Bronco?
GMRS is what we're going to add. I'm over CB. It's just
inconsistent.
Well,
for me,
they
inconsistent.
are inconsistent, but if it's not ground properly, it's a nightmare that you don't get any kind of range. Overland for Fun, like we're going to talk to him about this because like he is an audio guy. He knows sound and these things. And I think he's a ham guy as well. For me, once you hear ham, you don't want to go back.
No,
it's just super clear, a long distance. But here on the East Coast, we just don't have enough reason to use it. Mm-hmm. It's just for us. Out west, it's amazing. But GRMS is like the best of both worlds. You're not as far as ham. It's still pretty damn clear, and it's better than CB. So.
We need to make a Moab list because that's going to be one of them.
Oh, that's going to be in by the time we go to Pickens.
I know, but I'm saying we've got to have a list of what
because they
do.
have a Midland radio just like we do.
Oh,
except they reached out to Midland and got their belly rubbed.
Oh,
I know.
We're gonna start asking more belly rubs, I think. But
Dave
you didn't want to ask
sassy.
belly rubs.
I am always sassy. Let's see. Bronco windshield is the worst.
It's true. We did mobile moto. We got better mileage around town than on the highway.
Well, but from Fort Walton to Destin is about 10 miles, and it's all like 55, 60 miles an hour, easy going.
Speaking of, I had a little mini meltdown when we were coming back from Destin that night when that guy was riding my ass.
Oh yeah.
We had a little scary moment too because I swear it was the same vehicle. So we're driving on the parkway coming from Destin to Fort Walton, and I'm literally going 7 or 8 miles over the speed limit. There's people driving like grannies in the right-hand side, and I'm going above speed limit. And this guy comes up and rides on my ass, and I thought it was a G-Wagon, but then when he passed me and honked and yelled at me, it was
a box fan or something.
It was a box fan or something. And so like I'm like, you should have driven. This is bullshit. So I pulled over. And when we get to our place, this same type of van pulls into the parking lot 2 spots over from us. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the guy that honked at us on the parkway. And he's like, you think? And I was like, it looks just like it. Like, I didn't see a license plate, so I couldn't tell you that. Yep. So we literally stood there for like 5 minutes, making sure they weren't getting out to like slash our tires or slash the truck or something. Awkward. It was just weird.
Dave said he got better mileage around town than he did on the highway, for God's sakes. Yeah, but part of that mobile was, like we were saying, it was 10 miles from town to town. You're just doing an easy 55 to 60 miles an hour. That's that peak mileage area. Mm-hmm. Transmission in this thing, freaking amazing. It
is.
Yep. Never even going through hills. I never like heard it really shift hard down to like really get into, like, when you got an old 5-speed automatic transmission, it's going to jump to third at some point to go up hills. I know this was shifting, but I never heard it like really bog down. Something cool we noticed too, a lot of people dog the 2.7s like, oh, it's just not enough power. We're at 65 miles an hour, and I told Kelly, it's like, remember our old Xterra, the 4-liter. Like if I would have floored it now, you would have heard it jump to third, and it would have sounded like it was really about to do something, and you're still not going anywhere. This thing
It was way better than yours, though.
This thing puts you it'll put you in your seat, and you know.
Oh yeah, it takes off.
It's like Daddy wants to go. Let's go, Daddy.
God, now you're talking daddy talk.
I know. Let's see. In Peugeot, Pickens, quit selling your stuff over here.
We just hadn't made those relationships yet.
I know. I have affiliate links. No, not really. We just have Amazon links in our website. Jeez. I'm going to come to y'all's thing and start selling my products. I don't have any products, but I'll
don't
try.
have anything yet.
I'll start selling somebody
She's
else's.
the pimp, remember?
I know. I'll start selling some other channel's products in your thing. How about that?
That's funny.
Devin asks, any beach driving while in Destin? Unfortunately,
no, it's
they
not
don't-
legal down there.
they don't allow it. And then we found one beach, and it was, $150
$135.
for a permit? And I'm
But
like,
you have to fill out the permit ahead of time to get the permission to drive on the beach. And then there's only certain places that you can drive on the beach. But it's a different county. It wasn't even Okaloosa County.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I couldn't even fly my drone.
No.
I was trying to get y'all some cool drone footage of the trip. And Jesus, man, there's like 16 airports.
Because it's right there by the Air Force Base. There's Eglin Air Force Base, which is right down there.
Yeah.
And they've got several different, like,
small airports. Helicopter.
helicopter pads and stuff like that along the beach. And there's protected and all this other BS. So,
Yeah, I got it up in the air about 10 feet or 5 feet in the air. And it only wanted to go towards the ocean. And when I'd pull it back, it wouldn't come back. And I was like, you know what? I'm not risking it going out there.
and not wanting to come back.
Yeah, and then it's like, nope, F you. I'm staying out here. So, yeah, that was kind of a bummer because I can't do enough droning. I love throwing the old drone
He's
up
such
for
a
some
nerd.
footage. ATN, get us some discounts for some cool shit. I'm not the pimp that other channels are. Honestly, we talked about this too, that for us as people who approach this from kind of a journalistic side at points, I kind of would rather buy a lot of what I do, and that way I completely honest. I can be completely honest about it and feel
Give an unbiased opinion on it.
very unbiased opinion. And I'm not saying whatever Pickens. I'm not picking on you, by the way. But for me, like some of this stuff, I just approach this way different. So I bumpers and all that. The bumper I have coming from Lifestyle Off-Road, who is a personal friend, guess what? I paid for it. Because...
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Just
sorry,
kidding.
newsflash.
Business manager here. Kicking
Not
in.
to say that we wouldn't ever, like, try to find, like, a tire company or somebody, I'll run your tires, but I'm going to be honest about it.
Well, we also they have to understand our background too, is that having been in the event business for as long as we were, we also supported brands blindly sometimes, and then it ended up coming back to bite us in the ass after they treated people poorly.
Oh yeah.
Or the product ended up not living up to its expectations. So we don't want to get ourselves in a situation where we have to talk nicely about something because it was given to us for free.
There was one company in Georgia. What was the name? No, what was their name? They're no longer in business for good reason.
They were a bumper company.
They changed their name like 3 times because of poor service.
I can't remember what
But
the
they
name
showed
was.
up to an event and still effed everybody over. But yeah, no, there's certain companies, like there's a company in Texas called Schrockworks I would never deal with. Ever. They treat their customers poorly. They're one of those companies that they'll tell you, hey, here's the price, but if you want to jump the line, here's the real price. I don't like doing business like that. I don't like dealing with people like that. Lawrence says he got his Bronco calendar in the mail today. Yeah, that's what we haven't got yet. Come to Pismo Beach, Terrence says. Well, I think it's a little far away, Terrence. I was hoping to be a King of Hammers, though. And
Not gonna happen.
Doesn't look like that's going to happen this year. Because of Pickens.
What are they, Wham now? They
Pimpin's
used to,
Party
what
of
were they
5,
before?
Revy says. Oh, don't hate the player, hate the game for the Pickens. Oh, Sean, I don't.
Oh
hate
no, in Chia, don't take it as we're giving you a hard time about
No.
that. We're just like, and we talked about this in Vegas. Like that's how we do business because the way that it in. We talked about it too because I know you went with the influencer route to SEMA and we went with the journalist route for SEMA because for us, from our experience on the Nissan side of the world, we did better with connections wise with the amount of subscribers that we have on the journalist side because businesses weren't looking at us as influencers from that perspective. But you're killing it from the influencer route. So everybody has their own path, and we respect all of that.
Well, it's like
See,
she
says
says
she's offended. I knew you.
No,
I knew you offended her.
She says she only does business with companies she's interested in. Which I like. There's so many Overlander guys out there. When that became a boom, of suddenly everybody wants to be an influencer. That they've
Tactical
ruined.
armor. Tag.
What's up, Nissan Hawaii Nation? Thank you for that.
Hey.
$4.99, sir.
Tag bumpers.
Tag bumpers, yes.
They went out of business.
Pile of shit company. But when the Overland crowd came out and suddenly Instagram was big and everybody thought, oh, I can put those Max Tracks on the side of my vehicle. I'll get them for free, and I'm going to advertise them like crazy. And for the most part, most of those people never did. And all these companies got tired of dealing with people like that. And trust me, you get something for free, it's not for free. There is a cost to do business, and there is things they expect from you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these Overland guys were just screwing over companies. And there's the one of my favorite channels right now. They've got a reputation of the guy and the girl has a reputation behind closed doors of burning through companies for sponsorship dollars. So I just
bye, John. Have a good night.
For me, it's. But once again, like I said, I'm not shitting on anybody for it. I just approach things I'm going to do weird. I like honest reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything saying, hey, or me feeling bad of like, I've got to go easy on it because they just gave me $1,000 in tires or whatever.
Right.
So, anyways, I know that's a rabbit hole of Chris. We're not picking on you by any means.
We've not gotten our calendar yet for those that have asked.
You work it however you work it, and you get paid, girl.
Yeah, girl. Work it. What? Yes, join. Subscribe.
Tears of laughter don't count, Krista.
Yeah, because she gave the emoji of crying in the corner.
Oh.
The day before her birthday, and she's crying in the corner.
Well, we just so beat up the Pickens party of 5. That's going to be our claim to fame now.
What's that?
Fledgling YouTube channel takes on Pickens party of 5 and abuses them.
Yep. Had to unsubscribe.
Wait,
you were too abusive.
Don't even bring these things up.
Sorry, don't unsubscribe.
Totally thinking your flag. I don't know what Honest is talking about.
I don't know.
Honest is in his own whiskey. Let's not speak ill of tennis dresses, Mobile says. These are things I've heard behind the scenes, so I'm sure everybody has the best intentions. Viral. Kristen's gonna come. Tomorrow's a video of.
Yeah, she's figuring out how to make it go viral.
I know. Oh, guys, you guys are crazy.
I know. We are so abusive. So abusive.
Wow.
The kidnapper.
Hey, always make them want more.
That's what he said when we were halfway down the block and I was too drunk to go back.
Jay Zen, join. I
already said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Maybe Jay wanted to hear from me.
Maybe.
Jeez. It's not all about the Kelly.
Which one is and Peugeot says, wait, which one is punching down? Pickens Party of 5 or ATN?
No, we're punching up. Trust me.
Oh.
They're above us.
Oh, okay.
I think they're about to hit 6,000 subs, man. Like blew by me. Johnny's Car Care. My buddy Johnny is about to blow by us. And I'm like, man.
Don't you tell me no more butt drinks, PK5. There are totally more but drinks.
Robert Stevens, I got my calendar Friday and picked up my Bronco Saturday. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
The dealership was great, straightforward, and honest. They
Perfect.
took care of me. There was somebody that reached out in one of our things, in one of my chats here on YouTube, and said,
Good night, Lawrence. Merry Christmas.
He had ordered his thing, and the dealership said, hey, it's going to be $5,000 extra.
Wait, what? Say that
After
again?
he ordered it, the dealership said, oh, it's going to be $5,000 extra to pick it up. I'm like, if I put any money down, I want it back.
Yep.
And I'm moving my order, man.
Yep.
Not dealing with that kind of crap.
And Peugeot's going to sell Bronco farts in a jar.
Nice. Light Bright struck me as sketch balls.
PK5, that's for OnlyFans only.
Yeah, mobile. There's always the dude's a hell of a driver, and the other is, I guess, the eye candy. I don't get that channel. It's not for me though. Once again, that's a great thing about YouTube. You guys may love what me and Kelly do, or you might like what the Pickens do, or Coderman, or all these people do.
Or you like what we all do in our different ways, but we are. That's the thing, is we're all unique in the way we
That's
do.
the great thing about YouTube, though, is there's something for everybody. You'll find your community. You'll find the people that turn you on the most of the content. That
We just got to find 15,000 more that like us.
Yeah. Please.
Or 55,000.
We're trying to catch
Isn't that
Tim,
full-time?
Tim with pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we're just let's go for all the YouTube channels tonight. Can we piss them all off?
No.
We're coming for you, Tim.
No, I'm not
Estradal.
saying we just talked about it's different content.
She's talking shit, guys.
I'm not talking shit. If you think
Y'all
this
gonna
is
make me
shit
lose
talking,
my mind up in here. See?
if you think this is talking shit, man, you should hear me really talking shit.
You talk shit behind my back?
No, you always know when I talk shit.
I know.
I just talk shit to your face.
My shitty face? Is that what you're saying?
I did not say that.
Look
Your
what I deal with, guys.
Your
I
interpretation
willingly
of what I
brought
said.
this abuse onto the show for you guys. Like,
Yes, PK5. That is the plan. Is 20K by SEMA was my stretch goal. Dave's was like what, 10?
I don't remember. I was drunk by then, I think.
No, we were talking in the chat.
Oh,
I think.
I don't know. I may have been drunk in the chat too.
Devin says Dave just
Johnny
asked
is
us to
putting in
find
the
out
work.
what turn.
Yes, in Peugeot, Johnny is putting in the work, man. I am super happy to see that dude do so well.
Devin says Dave just asked to find out what turns us on. I'm here for you, Dave.
Eyes to cars and stuff. Do they make inflatable? Revy says, do they make inflatable beds that are that conform to the Bronco floor?
Not
no.
that I've seen.
No, so I'm planning. I'm in the middle of planning the actual overnight in the Bronco, and that's something I did notice with that hump. I'm probably gonna have to take a blanket in the back of it to kind of raise, just to some sort of comfort, so my I don't have to go see your chiropractor.
That you don't believe in?
I didn't say I didn't believe him. It's quack medicine, man. Come on.
That's just what you said. Just what you said. Hey, the quack medicine has kept me out of extreme pain consistently. So
Okay.
Wow.
But as far as nobody's making a specific bed that I know of yet for the Bronco. The tailgate was supposed to fill in that gap, but now that's a strictly only factory option that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, thanks, Ford. Yeah, I'm sure that really needed to be factory installed.
Ryan asks, waiting on mine from Granger. Want to bet when I'm getting it? Reserved on 11/1/20. I'm going to say 2023, 2024 maybe.
Ryan, man,
You may move.
and nothing against the Granger guys, because they had the best intentions. Ford changed it on them.
They killed themselves on it.
And unfortunately, I think, Ryan, that you could go order from a local dealer that you trust
And get it faster.
I honestly do.
You could go. This is our theory, is that you could go tomorrow, place an order, and get it significantly faster than yours would go in
call
production
up
for
on
Granger.
TC Customs, old Mitchell.
Yeah, call it Mitchell.
Town and Country, man. I've talked to him privately. He seems like a fairly honest guy. Now he's a car salesman at the end of the day, so they're there to make money. But I feel like he would probably guide you in the right way. I watched the fuel economy video, waiting for the.
No. Saw
Don't know what
YouTube
that's about.
video. Someone flipped their 2021 Bronco with a Chevy dealer. They paid over MSRP and now selling a lot over MSRP. There's actually, I would like to do, so we did the CarMax on the Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, just for shiggles, take our Bronco to our CarMax and see what they're doing, because I know that some people have talked about that they're getting, they drove it off the lot, took it straight to CarMax, and they're getting 20 grand over or MSRP on it. But then somebody else said that they took theirs and they were only getting 3,000 over MSRP. So I'm curious what we would get in our
would say
Sasquatch.
some of that has to be in the area you're in.
Probably so.
I'm sure there's some weird computer algorithm that says there's so many within this area.
For sure.
No, that would be a fun video. Let's see. How hard do you think it would be to
recreate the fire truck from SEMA? I think it'd be a challenge.
Well,
because
there's definitely some work.
Because they cut the back off.
It's the top of cutting that top to make it work is the biggest thing. I think it'd be expensive. I mean, like stupid expensive. But hey, man, we all have dreams, and if that's your dream vehicle, at some point they sell those too. BDS has been known to sell those things.
Mobile Motos had talked to Deming Ford down the street from MAP, and they still have to charge the $1,500 delivery fee. Yeah, and I actually talked to my dad about that, who used to work for General Motors, because I was kind of venting about that a little bit, and it makes sense though, because the reason is
highest rate to
delivery
ship.
fee.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to Ford's defense, you've got to think about, okay, it may cost $3,000 to ship it to California, and you're only charging $1,500. Is it fair for that person in California to have to pay $3,000 for that vehicle to be delivered just because they live in California and the plant is in Detroit? Night. Oh. So, but then at the same point, people that live 5 miles down the road, is it fair for them to have to pay $1,500 to go down the road? So, I don't know. It's got to average out, as the whole situation of it is. It has to average out across all vehicles. Oh, yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't. Aw, Andrea, thank you so much.
Crazy.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, happy holidays to everybody. Pickens, enjoy your night. I'm sure we'll chat with y'all later.
Night, Krista. Happy birthday tomorrow.
That's right. Let's see. You guys are crazy with the super chats, man. You guys always blow us away with that. Let's see. There is a first edition on sale on Facebook for $135K. Yeah, good luck on that. The prices are coming down slightly, especially first editions. I think that party's over. I think they're still going to get $90K. But yeah. I think that they've missed the chat, or they've missed the boat on the $135K. Unless it's just a dealer that doesn't want to sell it, that are throwing it out there. Yeah, I think it's I think those 130. I think the next one's going to be Raptor, and I think with Raptor, I think you're going to see an $80,000 to $85,000 price tag. And I think you're going to see $145,000 to $150,000.
That's crazy.
Dealer markup.
That's houses running on the
road.
No,
my first house was $70,000.
Our first house with 140 together.
Yeah. So think about that.
I mean, that's
literally
insane.
Like the Bronco we have out there was right around 60 with taxes and everything.
64.
So imagine that. That was almost my house.
I know. That's crazy.
And I'm going to sleep in it at some point.
Aww. I won't.
Let's see.
Ravi says she'd like the CarMax video.
Well, we will do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, hopefully you guys watched the fuel economy video today. We had fun doing it. Those videos are kind of strange for us because it's like I could do a 30-second video of that. Yeah. Here's what I got at the beginning. Here's what I got at the end. Good night. Like, at some point, there's, like, we want to put some, not fluff, some personality maybe into the video. Andy!
Aw, Andy, thank you. Welcome.
Welcome in, Andy. We missed you tonight so far.
Oh, Andrea, I knew I was doing it wrong. I knew I had to be doing it wrong. My apologies. I will try to remember that for next time, Andrea.
Wow.
I just
turning
knew
on
it.
you.
Just knew it.
They're turning on you.
Just knew it.
They've had enough of the abuse. She's mean.
Everybody knows. They all know now.
But if you haven't, check the miles per gallon video out. Like I said, it was fun. I tried to do some fun music in that little video, like showed the beach a little bit, and just like I said, some personality.
Yeah.
And guys, when you watch the videos, man, especially, I know this is a Bronco heavy chats. We do the Friday night Frontier show, which is on hold till the first of the year just because of Christmas and stuff. But check those shows out, or check a different video out that I do. If it's not necessarily Bronco, just we learn. If you guys comment and go, hey, man, I'm not really digging this or whatever, but let us know. Like, I can't just do a channel on Bronco completely. So, we've done some overland videos. We did the little Christmas thing. And you guys, for the most part, seem to be watching that stuff. But I was talking to Nissan today about, hey, they're going to send us a Frontier out to do usually we get them for 7 days. So hopefully that happens. Unfortunately, it's going to be right around Chicago Auto Show, I think, when we get it. But they've got some new stuff. They got a new Armada coming out, which I'm going to really want to. I'm going to really.
I'm all about that.
I know you are.
I'm a likes an Armada.
Jay Zen says Dave. Right here at the CarMax.
Do the CarMax video.
Do the CarMax.
See, they're everybody telling you.
We'll do it. I enjoyed. It was fun to take the Bronco
or
the Gladiator.
Yeah. I'm really, really curious as to what they would give us.
Oh,
I have to think about
Kelly, it's snooty for.
Are we there yet? Says, so guys, what have you, or now that you've had it for a while, what is one thing you would change if you could?
Oh, wow.
I'd like the 360 camera. And we haven't even used it yet.
Maybe buying. Like we talked about the high package or something like that. That doesn't.
Deluxe package.
Make or break. There's nothing about the enjoyment of this would change, really. I would like to have that 360 camera.
So what would I like to have in it that is not currently offered? I would like the heating in the back, and I would like some cup holders.
Yes, if I had to say Ford change it, cup holders were so noticeable in this trip.
Yes, very noticeable, because our daughter actually fell asleep in the back seat after we had gotten Milo's. And I actually looked back.
And she had a straw drink.
And she had it like she was holding it in between her legs, like you would do if you don't have a cup holder. And I was thinking, oh shit, what if that falls? Like, so I had to grab it and I had to figure out like where to put it in the front seat. So I told him, I think what we will get in the short term is we'll probably get some carabiners for the, what do they call them?
The Molly panels?
The plastic mollies on the back of the seats. In the meantime, I think that will have to suffice for what we can make it work, because there's really no...
And Peugeot says, apparently you can do an exclusive all Bronco channel. This one sometimes seems like it.
Yeah.
I have another Bronco video coming out tomorrow, so... But sadly, like, there's nothing with GM. I just finished up the electric Hummer video walk around I did from SEMA. So that'll drop this week. Their GM has nothing to talk about right now.
No, we've still got a bunch of content from Rodeo.
Yeah, there's some stuff from Off Rodeo that I keep trying to get together. We have
not Off Rodeo.
The Tawa.
Tawas. Yeah, we didn't do Bronco Off Rodeo.
But there's an Acura video we need to get out. There's some things like that. But I was told too by a manufacturer. Stellantis, basically, that, hey, you're pretty heavy one thing. We would like to give you some vehicles to work with, but you need to branch out. Yeah, we need to branch out a little bit.
And that's kind of where we were talking about the difference between the journalist and the enthusiast or the influencer side, is that
we're enthusiasts of the Bronco.
We're enthusiasts of the Bronco, don't get us wrong, but at the same point, we also we're car enthusiasts in general. So for us, being car enthusiasts in general, we want to drive everything. We want to give everything an equal shot to say, hey, how does it compare to this?
Well,
or
because
how does it do that?
At some point, Jeep's going to step it up.
Oh, for sure.
Now. There's competition. They have to step it up. Doug DeMuro just dropped a video on the 392, which we drove before Doug DeMuro, by the way.
Just saying.
I don't think we put the video out though.
You better.
I think it's a lack of enough video.
It was pretty.
Yeah, that was. But I
was
think
nice.
it's the same one. Too.
I may have revved it several times as we were driving in because I wanted to.
But for us to get those things for like a week at a time to kind of like live with them and find all the little quirks and features of them, like I need participation. So
yeah.
So I mean, I'm just saying, if it's not up your alley, you know, don't feel like. But if you like supporting the channel, definitely.
If you like seeing different content and stuff like that too, and how it compares and things.
Because we're doing it either way.
Yeah.
Just nobody watches it.
Andrea said, I thought the back seat armrest had cup holders. So we don't
Only
have
leather.
the back.
Leather gets that option, which is the dumbest thing ever.
So we don't have cup holders in ours.
Why? I guess I understand for a Hilux package, there's little things like that you want. But a cup holder shouldn't be a package-based thing, honestly. It just should. The rear should have a vent in the back, 2 vents like the Jeep does.
Where's the pen?
And some cup holders. It's not hard to ask for. Still think Chevy missed a huge opportunity with the Blazer. Andy, the only bummer, like Chevy gets that a lot for the Blazer, but the problem is the Blazer was coming out before the Bronco was released. They already had plans in motion for that nameplate. I think Chevy, they're looking at Hummer's going to be there kind of like, oh, yeah? Well, we're going to do it with the electric. And when you see the video of me standing next to the Hummer, the thing is freaking huge. It's 9,000 pounds. People bitch at the Bronco, it's 5,000 pounds. Oh, it's just, you know, it's too heavy. Well, try 2 Broncos on top of each other. And I like EV tech, don't get me wrong. I just think, especially off-road, it's nowhere near ready for off-road. And, you know, TFL did the video where they showed the 4xe Wrangler, which we did some time with. They showed it, like, we couldn't get, of course, it was pretty heavily used by the time we got to it.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get 8 miles out of it in EV mode. Like, out of something that's based about 40 miles, I think it's 40 miles is what you're supposed to get out of it. They couldn't get 8 miles out of it off-road. It just shows you, man, the tech's not really there yet.
So, and Peugeot, I was actually writing that cup holder you recommended, and I was also writing Ranger versus Frontier that Terrence was recommending from a content perspective.
Mobile asks, would Nissan ever do a GU Patrol type vehicle in the Wrangler Bronco / platform, or is it the electric transportation going to foul anything like that? Well, Nissan just came out, you know, they were late to it and said, hey, here's what we're going to do for EVs. We got 20 new EVs coming out. Why you need 20 new EVs, I don't know. You need basically a car, a truck, and an SUV.
They want 20 EVs so they can offset the other vehicles that they have that are the gas guzzlers.
It's a size thing. It's a price point.
I know.
At the end of the day, but
they're going all in for the EV is what they're doing. That's why I put it there. I was just share that margarita for you. See? Such abuse, and yet I share my margarita.
I had tacos tonight. They were awesome. Let's see.
Revy said, I will watch a Frontier video if you give it an ATN spin. I like when the videos have a different perspective than what the others do.
The ATN
You apparently
spin.
have a brand. I don't know what the ATN spin is.
I don't know. I feel like it's a fit dance from the 50s. Do the ATN spin.
It's like the box trot.
You're right.
Revy said that the window sticker video was the best by far. Where you explained the video.
Oh, thank you, Revy. Sorry, it took that was like 20 videos ago. Thank you.
I share that one every time somebody asks about the sticker.
And looking back on that one, Revy, I could have done that a lot better. Honestly, sometimes like for what we do, I have to have at least one video out a week, at least one, and that's that's to keep this.
It's to keep for one. It's to keep the algorithm up so that we still seem relevant to YouTube. and keep it up in your stuff, and to keep you interested too.
And there's a
financial
we make
piece
money
to
off of that video, and honestly, that helps pay for the vehicle that's outside. Yeah. So
vehicles,
yes. So at least one video, like, so I feel like I could have done that one a little more justice, but that was not a last minute, but that was like a brainstorm, and it's me sitting here going, I got to get something out. And I've seen so many people talking about asking that questions of like, what does this mean? And
and I've got an idea for a general video. I won't talk about it here, but just kind of a deciphering of other things. That if I can ever get some time to sit down and actually do it, that'll come too.
Confused with the ATN sit and spin.
I didn't know that was a thing.
John says, I like the Wreath Bronco video. The thing that we like to do is I could do a boring, strictly journalistic, like a lot of the, I think, I won't say Tim, because Tim puts some personality in his videos, but there's some channels out there that are kind of boring, but they give you great info. But they're strictly that old
it's
school
hard to watch.
style. They're that kind of Motor Trend magazine that used to be on TNN network on Sunday mornings. It was just kind of like by the numbers. And I don't want to do that because I don't like watching those. So I like to throw a little personality in all of ours.
And Peugeot says, if you want to crack the algorithm, the answer is Dave in a tennis skirt. So I don't know that we've told you all this, but we jokingly, he wanted to do the like Bronco girl when we took ownership of the Bronco, and he wanted to like, this is not him, just everybody knows, like, but he just thought it was funny that he would put like a pair of my boots on or something.
Yeah, they all have
in a skirt.
So the Bronco girls, all the little Facebook groups, when they get, as they should be, they're super proud of it there, but they all have the same pose in front of the Bronco. The little legs cocked up. They're whatever it does to your butt. I don't know when you're in heels.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I'm not a girly girl is the problem. I don't know how to do all that.
But yeah, I really did want to do that.
He did, and I told him, I was like,
I might lose
that could go a couple of ways. People either could think and not like it.
Suddenly I'm getting a lot of
or
mail.
People will be offended by it.
Right.
Or people will think that that's how you roll. So nothing against those that are that way or, do that or whatever. But it was probably not a good PR perspective. John
says pets equal more views, which you will see our dog. Like, I buy that because I've had some conversations with some YouTubers where they're like, hey, you think the dog's in there for a reason? It is.
Yes, and Peugeot, the Captain Morgan, essentially.
My dog, though, is like a crackhead. That's his anxiety is always through the roof. So to get him to sit there and look cute while I'm talking about something is like...
He's unreliable.
It's my living hell. The cat was in the Reef video.
Yes, he was. He jumped in.
That was intentional.
It wasn't intentional. He was just right there. You didn't take him and put him there.
Having him in the video. I lowered the camera.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't there because that's
I didn't call
it was
the
just
cat
him.
Over and said, do your 5 minutes.
Hey, River, come over. Yeah. Do your thing.
Revy says the ATN spin is the most helpful info.
Well, thank you.
We do like to be honest. At some points might be
too honest.
Well, there's companies that we could have worked with, especially when I was doing the Nissan stuff, that didn't like my honesty sometimes.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
But like I said, with the sponsorship stuff, it's just. I mean, that's how I don't want to watch channel. You can always tell when you're being sold something.
Yes.
And, I don't want to be sold. I want to know. I want to form my own opinion. That's why I don't watch the damn news anymore. I want to form my own opinion and move on. Like, I
agree.
Now, trust me, I'm fanboys of... I love Doug DeMuro. He's probably a goofy little... kind of probably entitled dude, but I like his channel. I like his quirks and features.
Yes, because he's he's informative.
You used to
too.
listen before you were getting into this. You would hear me listening to him. You're like, is that the
Because
guy
my
again?
office is literally right across the room, and I was in a different position at the time, and so I didn't have my earbuds in all the time, and I would hear this is a blah 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 blah, and I would just hear that, and I would go, and this is a da da da. So yeah.
But anyways, in a weird Sonic commercial kind of way.
So, Revy, it's funny you say that because I actually was thinking recently. So Revy said, you guys showing what it's like to try to fast food in the Bronco, funny as hell in real life. And I've actually, we've been kind of talking about, because we've, it's Christmas time, so maybe people are just less engaged in videos and stuff like that. Or, the growth hasn't been what it was. I was kind of sitting here thinking and going, what could we do? And we haven't even discussed this, but I was sitting here kind of thinking of like, what can we do to show people who we are so that people, because we know,
I think
not to sound cocky, but they know who, we're fun.
Yeah,
we're kind of fun.
I like to think we are.
I like to think we're kind of fun. And so like, what else could we do in our life in the Bronco that people might find entertaining? To kind of grow the audience or things like that.
OnlyFans, here we
Not
come.
like that. But, different things like that, or like going to Costco or things like that it's not always about the Bronco.
You know what this means is I'm going to go buy a 70-inch TV.
No, you're not.
Yeah, but it's for fun.
No.
Yeah, it's a fun video.
Do you realize how much you'd have to make on that video to justify it? However much that TV cost?
All right, membership time. Membership has its privileges. We just haven't figured those out yet. We have things like that. I'll be honest, like I said it last week. Right now, this channel for me to go full time, like we're closer than we were, a lot closer than we were. But by the time I get off of my normal job, it's dark right now. It's time for dinners and stuff like that. We have a small child. We keep her in her cage, but
DHS don't show up. I mean, you can show up in her house. You're not going to see anything.
Throw a couple scraps, so throw a bone in there, and she's good. But
no, she is actually on this kick where she'd be like, because she helped box up the Broncos today.
Well, she's proud that she's our
She's
shipping
proud
department
that
now.
she is part of our shipping department. I did say I'm still over the shipping department, but it's funny because I said, well, you're earning your key. Or she says, do I get paid now? And I said, well, you're just earning to live here. She's like, because she's 11, you do know you have to give me a roof over my head. And I said, yes, but I don't have to give you as nice of a roof over your head as I'm giving you.
See, look, Cigar Texan, you need a 70-inch, Dave. Well,
and I also, she says, you do have to feed me too. And I said, that's subjective what kind of food I have to feed you. So like, it's just kind of funny because she's in this whole like, you have to do these things for me, but now she's got to earn her extra stuff a little bit.
She would love to be a YouTuber so bad.
She would love to be a YouTuber so bad.
I've told her, I was like, look, I have the tools for you, all the equipment you need. You have to do it yourself.
But we've also told her essentially not a true business plan, but she has to like think about it.
Yeah.
And she has to like put an idea together of what she wants to do. She just wants to be a YouTuber. She doesn't know why she wants to be a YouTuber other than she just wants to.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what. Overlanding for fun. There are labor laws in play. However, there are tax deductions for putting your children to work with your home business.
Having employees.
We have a friend that has told us all about making sure that we get the most out of our
What's up, Dr. Simple Beauty?
Hey, welcome.
Hopefully your Bronco's treating you well. John Thumb says 70 is too small, Kelly. It's 85 or nothing.
No.
See, my people are here for me. They know.
I guess they had to flip because we've got I got my Wraith conversation.
That TV
so
is like way old downstairs.
Wow.
Well, it's probably, 12 years old?
Do you see the Bronco in the driveway? Do you see the Gladiator in the driveway?
Oh, man. Terrence says Doug is great. I agree. Doug is great. Let's see. You seem like good folks. Plus, you're an SRV fan, so it's kind of a bonus. Yes. I was listening to some Jeff Healey on the way back. I was trying to educate Kelly with
No, we were listening to him
well,
when we were watching Roadhouse.
Roadhouse was on the other night when we were in Florida.
See,
And,
we've cut the cord, so the only thing we have is streaming stuff. So whenever we get like a TV that we can actually flip channels, then we go, what's on TV?
Yeah.
Accidentally deleted my part 2 selling my Bronco video. Wait, what?
You're selling your Bronco?
Did you say you're selling your Bronco? Or buying your Bronco?
Devin, considering tint, yes, we were going to tint the front windows.
So, Terrence, yes, you can buy one for $650, but the one he wants is not going to be $650.
No, I would settle.
No, you would not. You just said the other day you wouldn't get a whatever Walmart brand it was the other day, and that was like $498.
Come on, man.
Yes, 85 inches is when they get cool expensive. It's true. It's very true. We have a 51-inch. Don't ask me how we got a 51-inch, but I guarantee it's a 51-inch for whatever reason that year.
It's such a weird...
It is a weird size. So we have a 51-inch downstairs on our wall that's like massive comparatively.
MPJO ATM is what's on my TV right now. Your
cool.
Poor TV.
See, I say cool.
Well, no, it is cool. All right, guys. So, man, we've done this for 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Somebody asked something I was going to answer.
I'm sorry.
I don't remember. It was up a little
What's up,
bit
Pavement Ends now? I love Roadhouse, though. That brings back so many childhood memories.
We were talking about that. His teenage boy
the bad guy's
days.
girlfriend is pretty fun to look at. I'm not gonna lie. Where you at, Kelly?
I don't know. There was something I can't remember, but I'm buzzing a little bit.
Wait, go back down. Something about Facebook. Oh, thanks. Brad Shea. No problem, man. I'm happy to be friends with anybody on Facebook. Kelly's the stuck-up one.
I'm not stuck up. I put our daughter's pictures on there, so I protect that a little bit. So.
All right, come on, girl.
I don't know what it was. I'll have to see it later. Sub still isn't getting installed, says Sean. Pavement Ends now did you know I have a Bronco?
Wait.
Yay! Congratulations.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I've had a bunch of people this past week like sending me pictures that are picking up their Broncos, which I love.
That's
Keep
awesome.
sending that stuff. I love that stuff, man.
For sure.
Let's see. All right, final call, guys. Final call. My wife works at the bar. It looks like the bar in Roadhouse. Whoa, Cole.
I hope she has cages around her.
Damn, that hurt.
Please forgive me. Dash cam, the G sensor fills up really fast on the off-road trucks. Says Flo.
All right.
All bars look the same.
I played some local bars here with chicken wire up, so they would throw beer bottles. I mean, they wouldn't shatter like they do in the TV. Like they hit the flimsy wire and they just shatter. But no, I've had many a beer bottle thrown at me that way. Kelly, my wife is exactly the same way. Overlanding for fun says.
I don't remember what I said at this point.
Mobile says no sign of a Bronco anytime soon, which is a bummer.
Yes, you should totally pick up your Bronco in an ATN shirt.
Of course you should, and then you should tell George there, or I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. With the Ford dealership, I've reached out to him and got nothing, man. He just seems like a fun dude, but you know.
Jason says ATN rule number 1 is join. Oh, congratulations that you picked it up today. Well, we're glad to have you on the show tonight.
Hey, Pavement Ends picked up it tonight and raced home for the show.
Oh,
I'm just saying, Pavement. YouTube works on your phone. You didn't have to race home.
Oh, I filmed my head-on collision. Oh. Are you okay?
Have you guys looked at PPF? Yes, I would like PPF. They want $3,000 for the front end and doors. I have a Black Diamond 4-door. I mean, PPF can run you, depending on the thickness, you can get $6,000 into PPF. And we want it.
Mm-hmm.
It's making that to work. You know, had the Jeep went away, I think some of that would have been a lot easier to justify. Right now, it's just like a damn it, I got $100,000 in car payment sitting out there right now.
Don't remind me.
I kid you not, $100,000 in cars out in my driveway right now.
64 and 50.
Mm-hmm.
$114,000.
Well, I mean, 100 sounds great. You know, it's catchy.
Oh my God, I can't even. That just made my heart hurt. Just made my heart hurt.
Yeah. So hopefully the Jeep goes away this spring, though. I'd like to keep it, but
Yeah, I just don't know.
I like having the truck part of it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. That is nice. That is nice from a softball perspective.
Oh yeah.
Be able to throw the wagon in there and just go. But
all right, guys. So there is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Oh, there's Airplane Mike again.
he said he made it to work.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well, so guys.
Oh, hold on. So in the comments, as we roll it out, that's okay. As we close it out, that's fine. Let us know, because we asked in the live, but we didn't hear too many. We should have asked when there were more folks on. But curious, would you like a podcast version ripped, essentially, of this? Is that the thought? Is like ripped of videos into podcast form?
Yeah.
Because you'd get the same content, you just wouldn't get the video part of it.
Some people can only listen at work.
Some people can only listen at work, or they can drive, or, you know, like with Airplane Mike, things like that, driving. So let us know in the comments if that's something that you would like to hear. Very interested in that, because we've done that in the past. You used to do that on the Nissan channel, and you got people that would only listen to the podcast. And
yeah, I used to have a lot of truck drivers that would listen. Yeah, so we are definitely interested in that. But let us know. You can always get a hold of us through allterrainnation.com. Instagram's a pretty easy way to get a hold of either me or Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And our mailbox is it's always in the chats. You can find us that way if there's something unique you want to send us, or you know, we always love when you're picking up your Bronco, the pictures. Please keep sending those, man.
Please.
I'm your biggest fan for that. Trust me. Even though we have ours, I want to see everybody have theirs. It's been waiting so long. So,
and if there's any specific content you'd like to see too, put that in the comments too.
Yep.
I've got it written down for Terrence's. He wants a Ranger versus Frontier video.
okay.
He'd like to see
Well, my Ford dealership said anytime I want something from
them.
there, just let us know. Thank you to our one new member tonight. I forget who it was, but thank you. Thank you guys for all the likes. 102 likes on this video, so I definitely appreciate that. Anything else, Kelly, before we close out shop? Oh, I want to say happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Merry Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, by the time we see y'all next Monday, Christmas will be over. We're
Yes.
getting ready for New Year's. Hey, be safe in your new Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have some drinks here and have some fun, but please, safety is key. One, let's keep the Broncos safe, but two, let's keep everybody on the road safe. So I know you guys definitely see us have some drinks. Don't drink and drive if you can help it.
You need to show more leg, Andy said.
Which leg? I have 3 of them.
Oh.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
Nathan's
4-wheel
our new
drive,
member tonight. Welcome.
You do.
Nathan was our new member tonight.
Oh, thank you. It doesn't matter what you drive, because this has been your All Terrain Nation. Or what are we, Kelly?
We're out.
Peace, everybody. See y'all next week. Merry Christmas.